122 and an 8.
Dude, I would get so excited if freaking turtles come and took the pizza. I'd be like, I'm only delivering to this place every time. This is my plot now.
But you were late, so you're not getting paid, so I'm pretty sure
that's fine. The next time I'll be early with cameras.
You guys ready?
We're still 3 minutes early there, Kyle.
It's all good.
If you want to stick to a schedule, Kyle, we got to stick to a schedule, Kyle.
We're gonna do the thing. It's gonna be great. All right, I'll wait 1 more minute.
How's our cameras? Are we all set up? I don't know actually now.
Yep. You look great. I move things around.
Hey!
God.
Oh my God.
Move him back. Move him back. Move him back.
Hold on. Ha! He can't mess with it. I did the thing where he can't.
Crab, turn the camera off. Crab, turn the camera off. Do it. Hurry. Now's your chance.
I don't think it
Make it
matters
happen
for anyone. I think it
do it.
matters. I think everyone's where they're gonna be.
Oh
now.
snap!
Test it. Crab to turn his camera off. Yes.
No, same spot. It didn't move.
Hold on, I'll tell you in a second.
Move for me.
Nope, same spot.
God damn it.
Okay. Thank God.
Lock the cameras.
I can no longer make you wait torturously.
To be fair, never even know that was a thing I could do. So
Well,
We
now
definitely
you
told
do.
you that. 100%. We've all said it multiple times.
What if I straight up leave the call?
Then that would
no,
probably
that
ruin it.
That would mess some things up.
Not gonna do
Are
that.
we live? Is it working?
Oh,
I don't know.
Jesus, are we?
I don't know. I pressed the button a while ago.
Yes, we are. Yeah,
It's not working for me.
I see it. You have
I don't
to
believe
refresh.
Yeah, we're
You
online.
have to
I did
refresh.
it.
I see it. The chat's here too.
I see it.
Oh, there it goes. Yep, okay, cool. It's working. Gosh, my bad. All right, cool. Well, what's up, everyone? Welcome to this week's episode of Fates and Fables. Gearhearts Rising. There we
I'm ready for
it. Oh, there was a couple people that did it. Okay, we'll get there. All right.
It's not gonna happen.
I wasn't prepared for that. Okay. So real quick, we'll do our intros, and then we'll do the other intro, and then we'll do a recap, because a lot happened last time. Unfortunately, I had to take a week off last week due to everyone going kind of different directions. But that's okay. We're back. We're going to play some D&D. But first, intros, and then recap. So here we go with Nick. Take us away.
Hi, I play Volt, who was on a boat deciding between two cults.
I can't refute that.
Okay.
I can't.
All right. Okay.
I'm Cody. I play Frey. And I'm very sad because I can no longer just fuck with all our cameras. They took away my power.
We've could have done this whole time.
That's all you're getting out of me. I'm just sad about it.
I'm Kayla. This is my cat Moo. I play Lona. Moo's not involved. She's a half-elf artificer, and she's got a misfit, very much like how I have a cat, except misfit is better behaved. So.
Kyle, we need more misfit shenanigans.
I just heard
No.
better, and I was like, yep.
I am Crab. I play Jill. Next.
Yep. Short to the point. I like it.
I'm Heather. I play Persephone Sharon for Vandroff Kieran Darenar III. And I'm ready to kick some pirate ass.
Yes, which we'll explain what that means in a bit. But certainly not least.
Hi, I'm Kevin, and I play Sticks, a friendly neighborhood goblin, and we'll see what happens with fire this time.
Fair enough. All right, cool. So that's the first intros. Now I'm going to do the other intro, which I gotta do this, and then this, and then this. Boop. Okay, and then
Hydration keeps the conscious
this one,
better.
we'll go here.
Drink water.
I think it's working. Sweet. Okay, I'm going.
Soda's
to
like water, except it's made of sugar
minimize
and caffeine.
that. Actually, should probably keep that up. Okay, cool. So, welcome back. All right, let's get into the recap. So last time on Fates and Fables Gearhearts Rising, episode 42, the gang is still on their way towards the city of Imbric. You guys, let me see if I can pull.
Are we making our way?
No, I was really close and almost said it, but I didn't. Don't worry.
Why did you have to remind him now he's going to be on guard?
Yes, and that's what it makes it more fun when he messes up.
Let me do that, just so we can kind of get the map up there, plus all of the sweet Mario drawings on there. Yeah, okay. There we go, perfect. So the gang is on their way back to the city of Imbric from Scavenger City, located deep within the Grim Mountains. You were departing from the train. You were ambushed by a woman with masked figures. You dispatched of the masked figures and left the woman in the hands of the guards. You then continued on your journey down on a southeastern direction. And lots happened on the way. There's been some pretty meaningful conversations. There's been a mask ripped off. There's been visions had. And there's been pectorals reclaimed. Right?
I never lost them.
No, yeah, you did. Okay.
No.
It's canon. It's in the story. Because I said. So, on day, 4 or 5 or so of this journey in the morning, you were welcomed to your morning breakfast with a large, shadowy figure in the sky. 2 of your party members, Volt and Percy, traversed off into the air to inspect what this figure could be, learning it to, upon further investigation, getting closer and closer to be a large airship. And upon not so great stealth rolls, were intercepted by one of the deckhands and introduced to the captain, Captain Veronica, who, after talking with Volt and some pretty good persuasion checks, agreed to meet with the rest of the gang down below. The airship corkscrewed down, and 4 female figures emerged from the deck ship to conversate with all of you, and a makeshift meet and greet picnic meal was arranged for later in the day. Gio went hunting. A arena was erected for 2 of the members to squash their
grievances.
Thank you, great word. Okay, grievances. And a makeshift table and food was prepared. There was jackrabbit meatloaf. There was a boar that was roasted. Wine was poured. Applejacks is on tap. And Lady Veronica, Captain Veronica, was explaining some interesting concepts to some of you. Some about some recent bounties that they had rejected from a certain dwarven house in the city of Imbric. And another conversation had sparked about possibly joining her crew and ripping up the contract the Gearhearts have previously established with the Glory Hounds Guild. I mean, there's airships involved, so I mean, why not, at least have that conversation. And where we left off, there were some interesting questions about the retrieval of a certain locket from the Baron of Azeros to officially proclaim their trustworthy and allegiance to the Black Crescent Moon pirates. And that is where we left off, and that is where we'll pick back up in the middle of this conversation, where I believe it was Percy who asked the question if there was some sort of romantic endeavor there, to which the captain will respond, I mean, not to get too much into the details, but let's just say this locket is important to me, and I want to have it back. I think this would be a very good segue for you Gearhearts to officially proclaim your independence from the Glory Hounds and sign on the dotted line with me, perhaps.
Does Alona hear her say that?
Alona, unfortunately, was not here last time, but is here now.
All right.
And you've heard a lot of interesting things happen.
But do I say her this specific thing?
Yeah, you guys are all sitting at the table here. The only one not presently at the table is
you still have us on the map.
Is Malkin, who is over here still like doing fighting maneuvers and things. Of which Percy, by the way, you rolled an 8 last time. Yeah, she's swinging swords. You don't really gain much off of that.
Yeah,
but I didn't forget.
when I hear her say that, I'm gonna non-threateningly take out my crossbow and start cleaning it. Like on the table.
Okay.
Not proper dinner etiquette.
How do you do that non-threateningly?
Just
It's Alona. She does a lot of stuff non-threateningly.
Even if she tried to be threatening, I don't know if she could.
It's like all right. Go ahead and make an intimidation check. And
no, so she's not pointing it.
the
she's
lower
not
the
pointing
number,
at
the better.
anybody.
You actually want to roll low on your intimidation, which makes sense.
Yeah.
See if it
Roll
fits the character.
20. Roll 20.
God damn it, Crab! Why? Why?
The one time he's actually rooted for you to do that.
Shit.
Eh?
She rolled high.
Yep.
Yet. It's a 16.
16.
So I'm
Slaps this
pointing
large
it.
crossbow
No.
on the table.
No. I'm pointing it up in the air so that like the bolt is not pointed at anybody.
Why is it loaded?
Really, if you're cleaning it, there shouldn't be a bolt in place.
There's not a bolt in the point where the bolt the head of the crossbow
The
is
sharp
not
pointy end,
pointed
yeah,
at anybody.
Yep.
My bolts are not loaded. It's just like pointing straight up to the sky, and I'm just cleaning it. That's it.
With
That's
that
all I'm
16,
doing.
though, although you are being very non-threatening, I will say that you do look over in her direction very pointedly. So it's.
Oh yeah. No, like I'm staring at her.
Yeah,
I'm staring at her when I hear her say
She
this.
gets the point. She gets the point. She'll look down at the very far end of the table and see this large crossbow that you just as it lands with a thud on the wooden table below.
Not the first one we've set on the table in this encounter, to be fair. And the other one was significantly more grotesque.
A terror mall, if I remember.
Yeah.
She takes a look. She goes, first of all, please, all weapons off the table. Let's have some manners. As she looks over towards Frey and Ilona, who.
Hey, this was a story aid. It was important to tell the story.
I understand, but however, it's the story is past. Please.
Bolt takes his arms off the
It
table.
is kind of off-putting. Yeah. Just pick it up and put it back.
And looking down towards Ilona at the end of the table. That's quite an interesting piece that you've made very apparent that you wanted everyone to notice, as everyone's looking at the other end of the table where a large bang came from.
That was not
I'm
my
so
intention.
focused on the owl.
I just wanted to get her attention. I didn't care about everybody else. I didn't want anybody else's
Got
attention.
everyone's attention.
Fuck.
Where
I'm just
did
eating.
you,
I'm just eating meatloaf.
It does seem a little familiar. Could you bring that closer? I could maybe take a closer look at it.
Oh, I don't think that you need a closer look. I think you know exactly what it is and where it came from, so I'm fine keeping it here. I promised Jasper that I would take care of it for him, so.
Oh.
Finally piecing it together. I'm like, oh.
Oh, she'll say it too.
Oh. Whoa. Whoa.
Well,
I don't get it.
Well, you weren't there for it.
Yeah.
I take it the Baron gifted this certain piece of weaponry to you.
He
For
did.
What particular interest do you have with the Baron in the relationship?
Oh,
you
he's. I don't think that that's really any of your concern, but he did tell me a lovely story whenever he gave it to me. He said it's named after, what was the phrase he used? Oh, that was it. As cold as the woman that it's named after, I think is what he said.
Ooh, trauma.
All right, so I rolled an insight check for her, and it was pretty high. And she is just inciting, I guess, more or less. All right, I think we're all getting your tone, but like a little deeper than that, I guess, is what I'm trying to phrase here. Is the tone you're giving off? Is it? How would I consider this question? Is it considered more protective of Baron or love relationship of the Baron?
Oh,
That's what she's trying to pick
protective.
up. Okay, right.
Protective. No. Baron's one of her
Are
best
you
friends.
his new fling? That's what she's trying to insight right
No.
now.
No. Definitely protective.
Well, dear girl, I mean, you can have whatever you want with the Baron, however you wish. These words do not sting my heart or soul in the least little bit.
And yet you want the locket.
Actually, it is kind of weird.
Well, the locket is mine. I want it back.
Oh, well then you should just go ask him for it. It's a simple conversation.
Well, unfortunately, when you're in my line of work, darling, you can't just walk into cities and up to adventuring guilds and just proclaim and barge down the doors for what you want.
I mean, Markin kind of did, just with more swords and people with other weapons.
I think this would just be a fun little exercise for you to, if you really want to... Look, you'd have to join the Black Crescent Moon. We can have a nice dinner. Malkin can get this monkey off of her back with your discretions with your group. And we can just be on our way and let you back to the open fields of wherever you're traveling. I was simply offering a much better option, in my opinion, but that is...
Before we even discuss
She looks
and
specifically.
decide...
She looks specifically at all of you to see if your eyebrows are moving, see if you're having your eyebrow conversations from last time. Go ahead.
I don't have eyebrows.
Oh,
Brow
at this
ridges.
point, everyone at the table would be in the eyebrow conversation. That's what I was doing last time.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Good to know.
How's everybody enjoying the meatloaf?
Is that in your mind?
Yes.
You'll see all of the girls just instinctively like kind of look up very sporadically as. Go ahead, Percy.
Before we even decide if we want to take on this task and join you, we do need to go over what exactly the details of such an arrangement would be. Because I, for one, refuse to agree to anything without knowing all the details.
And I mean, there's nothing wrong with this. It's smart to iron out the details. Well, first of all, whoever asked, the meatloaf is actually quite good. As she just kind of looks randomly around the table at wherever.
Gesture to Jill.
Yeah.
Gonna try to keep a straight face and just think. Oh, what do I want to think?
I don't know. You don't have a mass to hide behind anymore.
Pink hippopotamus. Pink hippopotamus. Pink hippopotamus. Not for any particular reason, just to see who gets that stuck in their head.
Pink hippopotamus. Pink hippopotamus.
I worked on Geo. Did not get the appropriate response you were hoping for.
Good enough. I'll work with it.
What would it taste like?
Still talking to Alona and Percy a little bit here. As I mentioned before, one of the things that I can tell you is that, unlike... I can only guess and assume at this point, but from what I understand or remember, the Glory Hounds do not pay you for your services. They provide you with shelter in certain cities and sometimes provisions and things, but for the most part, you're on your own when it comes to any sort of extravagance or extras in your lifestyles, right?
Yes, but you didn't exactly go over how much you would pay us and what exactly would be expected of us if we are allowed to decline jobs, etc.
I think a better deal here would be if you decide to join us, I'm going to need my locket back. Then we will discuss contracts. There's no point in minding out details of paperwork and things if you can't provide the goods, as they say. Is that how you say the goods? She looks over towards Juliana. No,
I don't see the reason for us to bother messing with that if we don't know if it's worth it for us.
Kind of like someone put up a bounty with the payment of to be decided. Like that would not gather any traction with anybody.
No.
Which, speaking of, I get your point with the whole like monetary restitution thing, but bounties do still have payouts from the people who put them up, so it's not like we couldn't do work for money.
And nothing would be binding until we actually return the locket, and I would like something in writing if we do join, just to be sure. But I don't see the use in going all the way out there, getting the locket, going all the way back wherever to meet you, if we don't know if it's even worth it? Not to mention, if we know what you're offering, then maybe we have something to counter with Baron. See if he thinks it's worth keeping us in his employ instead.
Oh, is this how you do it? Sorry, I'm listening. I think I figured out how to do something for once.
Repeated phrase has changed to give the owl your food. Give the owl your food.
Please tell me you're trying to use like a different voice in your head.
Damn
so
right.
It's maybe the owl, so maybe everybody doubts and they're like, oh my god, the owl wants food.
It's happening. In fact, it's probably a lot closer to what Acheron sounds like.
Yes!
Give the owl your food. Except just like slightly off and terrible.
Give it to the owl now. Gosh dang it, why isn't this working? Alright. Sorry. Go ahead and make a persuasion check, Persephone.
Okay.
You're good at those.
I am fairly good. Okay, this is us which dice to trust.
Not that one.
Actually, wasn't too bad. Bit more than average, so 21.
21.
21.
21.
That's 9 to persuasion.
Wrong move.
21.
Mm-hmm.
She'll kind of sit back in her chair a little bit and think for a moment. Is that music too loud, by the way? It's just forest night music of night animals and things. Again, I tried to shade the map a little bit to give the illusion of its. Sorry, like a darker.
It's loud on stream, so you might want to drop it down a little bit there.
I can do that. I can do that.
Did I do that?
Alright, so she'll look at you, Percy, and alright, here are some of the basics. How about that? First of all, there are too many of you, since you all elected to stick together, to be siphoned or directed towards different ships that are already in my fleet. So the first order of business would be to get you a ship of your own. That would be first and foremost. Now, I don't know if any of you are proficient in the ways of navigating an air vessel, as she kind of looks around at all of you.
I can run it. Navigating with maps, I could give it a shot. Not my forte, but...
That would be the first order of business, of course. Secondly, if perhaps there could also be a way to, now not that of my crew specifically, but perhaps one of my other ships to procure you a navigator or someone who is a little bit more handier in the air until you get accustomed to it. Someone to chaperone you perhaps for the first little bit or train you in some of the... it's not necessarily the same as a ship at sea. A ship in the air is much different to...
We've been on one.
And how did that go?
Crashed.
Looking over towards Jill, who mentioned that before.
We were attacked by gargoyles. Otherwise, we were fine.
Now, when it comes to payments, I think we can talk about that at a later time. Based on your persuasion versus her you're battling persuasions. That's as much as he's giving right now.
How about the options of declining jobs? Do we get complete choice over what jobs we take?
Well, the big thing about the Black Crescent Moon, my number one rule is the rebranding of our company. We are, as I mentioned before, trying to put a new face on our emblem. We are trying to put out... Now, we are still ferocious pirates of the air. We are still a force to be reckoned with. However, there are some things that past commanders in the Black Crescent Moon, shady dealings that I do not agree with, and now that I am the commodore, if you will, of the fleet, these are my ships, these are my people, this is my crew, this is my family, and I, as any mother would, am directing them towards a different horizon, but still one full of adventure, and still one full of excitement.
Insight check.
Go ahead and
All
roll
of
insight
that.
check. Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever would like to insight check that.
Sure, why not? Jill's a smart, insightly person.
Okay, you're in
Sure.
Okay,
timeout.
You
now
said it
I
that
roll
last
low.
session.
Jesus Christ.
I heard you're in timeout. Okay, now you roll well. Everyone got very different rolls apparently to that.
7. And that was
Oh.
with my D4.
A 3?
26.
Okay, there we go. There's somebody. All right.
He's the one that we can trust.
Persephone and Lona. You know, whatever grievances you had before, as you're listening to us, it's like, okay, doesn't sound all that bad. She's on the up and up, telling, just not bad.
This seems honorable enough. Okay.
Yeah, pirates. Yeah, I get it. Sure. Sticks with the 26. Nice, Volt. I like it. See, fair to be trustworthy. I like it. That's why you're her favorite. No. With the 26, you rolled an insight check before that was pretty high, and you know she was telling the truth before about the rebranding angle. I like it. Inciting this further conversation, and even just looking around some of the other girls at the table who are, you know, eating and drinking, just kind of listening into the conversation, letting the captain speak. There's, in terms of everything she's said so far, she seems to be very straightforward with this conversation so far. Again, nothing has led her to have to lie to you. In terms of payments for any sort of like future bounties or any kind of like the 26 makes you uncomfortable in terms of not, you know, from a Percy perspective of not knowing what, you know, certain numbers are. But everything else seems to be no real reason to lie, so hasn't lied. If that makes sense.
Yep. So,
if you all need a evening to think about it, or talk amongst yourselves, or eyebrows, or whatever it is that you all do, I don't think there's anything wrong with this, but I still would very much like to see this fight between Malkin and the Lady Noble of your group. I'm very much looking forward to this.
As to that, are there going to be any restrictions on weapons, rules of combat?
Well, I mean, I think
I think that's between you two.
Yeah, I think we can all agree that there's to be no killing here. Yes, well, this is
Oh, no,
to be
no,
a
no,
friendly,
no.
a friendly
killing.
match. But other than that, I think just may the best woman win. Yes.
Fabulous.
Stay inside the. She looks over to the side, the big dirt pit all over here to the side. Stay inside this squared circle over here.
We call it a squircle.
A squircle. Okay.
That's a joke I haven't heard in a while.
Good to know. A squircle.
That's from Dark Souls 2.
Yeah, it was.
And I have no idea what that is, but it sounds good to me.
Got into an argument about a stupid tile fixture on the ground. Was it a square? Was it a squircle? We ended up doing squircle.
So this
I'm right.
This whole like little area has been kind of dug up and roughed up a little bit to give it the a semblance of a side pit off to the area there where the the boundaries of this battle are to commence. And
Gotcha.
all right, this is actually bothering me now. Hold on.
The dirt?
Yeah, hold on.
By the way, how strong does Malkin seem? Like, around the same as me? Around the same as Frey?
Ooh, that actually brings up a good point.
Crab Lad used his ability to check that
yes,
last night.
Yep. Could you click that again for me real quick there?
Yeah, I won't
crocodile?
say it. Where is it?
Crocagator?
Is it that one? It's this one.
Got squircles and crocogators just all over. It's good stuff.
Sure,
Okay.
I have plenty of time to learn at least 2 of those.
Yeah, you get to pick which two.
Yeah, who would you like to insight on?
I guess I'll incite the one Percy's about to attack.
Okay.
We should do Markin and Veronica.
Malkin?
Sure.
All right. And what would you like to learn about Malkin?
I guess total class levels would be good.
11?
All right.
Okay.
And then Armor
She's
class?
11 or 10. Okay.
Armor class? 16.
All right.
Nope.
Roll high.
Okay, and who else? I'll say you could probably do another person. You want to do Veronica?
Might as well do the captain. What's her total levels?
Total level? 15?
Ooh.
I don't
Current
pick a
hit
fight with the whole
points.
table. May not be a good idea.
And what was the other one?
Current hit points.
180.
Oh fuck.
Ooh,
I
yeah, we
rolled-
probably shouldn't pick a fight
I
with
rolled
her.
really good for her.
Fucking evidently. Goddamn.
Yeah, rolled really
Is he
good.
time for one more person?
She a barbarian? She's gotta be.
Can he do the airship?
I'm gonna
it's a
incite the
creature.
airship.
It's a creature. It's a creature. I was like, I mean, I looked at the words real quick. I was like, oh, well.
No,
The
it has
airship's
to
a
be-
creature?
What's the
No,
strength
no.
score of the ship?
Yeah.
It has to be a
Which,
creature.
I mean, I do technically have that, but unfortunately, someone
It's
else
not
would
a-
have to look into that.
It's not a creature. All right. Just kind of whisper.
I mean, you don't know that. It could be.
How does
It's
that
been
actually
Stranger Things.
translate?
I will
in
help you
game
out by
terms?
saying it is not a creature. Just
That's
Her,
no
arm,
fun.
her
As you
armor
try
is
to
about
insight.
this strong. Her armor is about normal.
I'll tell Percy her armor, whatchamacalls it, and how tough she looks, I guess.
Okay. With telepathic bond, can you specifically pick the person you want to talk to?
I was
He
looking
is
up to it
sitting
and I
right
didn't
next
see.
to me too.
Yeah, I was looking it up, but I couldn't see anything saying it couldn't be.
Cool. And
It's just
you
that
guys
you
are
do
at the
link,
other end
yeah.
of the table, so that's fine. Yeah, cool. Okay,
Yeah, I'll
cool.
whisper.
11 fighter, 16 armor class. Yep, there you go. That's what you got. Okay, cool.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah. Okay.
So, are you ready to get in the squircle? As she looks over towards you. Are you ready to get in the squircle?
Thumbs
there,
up.
lady?
First of all, DM,
Yeah.
what weapon is Malkin wielding, swinging around madly?
She still has
swords.
the 2 swords from before.
Are they long swords or short swords?
They are short swords.
Noted. So, just getting an idea of the dual wielding. Okay.
How big is this circle?
Looking at something real quick.
Like how
60
Alona,
foot.
Alona's throwing shade 5 minutes into being back.
It did not take long.
Okay. I believe I'm ready if she is.
Slaps a crossbow on the table. Yeah. All right. Well, everyone, let's go to tonight's entertainment. Yes. So she picks up one of her wine glasses from the table. She looks over towards Faye, the one that has the barrel on her back. Faye will look towards everyone. Does everyone want a shot before we go over? Just to calm the nerves a bit. And she pulls this keg out from around behind her back. That's just
I'll
it's
take one.
lining up different cups. There's no actual shot glasses. It's just random cups that she just starts pouring. You see Juliana. Oh, me, please. She just runs over to the side. Yes.
Ray stands up. Oh, fuck yeah. He hand down on the table and dashes over for it.
I'll walk over for a shot, I guess.
All
Does
right.
Arabella answer?
Yeah, you'll see her actually just go like this and then walk over to the side.
She doesn't
And
think anything.
as she does, as she claps, she doesn't say anything, but there's this weird sort of magical essence that whoever's telepathically bonded with her, you see below it says "Yay" underneath in words.
No!
Titles! Yes!
She's in closed captioning.
Amazing.
Yay!
That's so good.
And then goes over. By the way, now that you guys are a little bit closer now, the owl that's been floating around with her, all your passes are high enough to notice. You wouldn't necessarily not notice this. Not an actual owl.
Oh.
Kev did not like that. He just hated that notion.
Oh shit!
Just left completely. Not an actual
How did an
owl.
owl click?
Fuck this game. The owl is actually mechanically made. It reminds you very much of the sparrow that you saw before at the professor's lab. It reminds you a little bit of Misfit in a sense, where it's all these different mechanical pieces turning and in fact, for you, Ilona, reminds you a lot of Homie in terms of his mechanics, if that makes sense.
Artificer.
So when it like lands on her shoulder and this like large like kind of like metallic hand is a boom, 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 you hear like this metallic clink sound of its mouth. There's Kev. We got it back.
Welcome back.
Now what's cool
Thank
is if I did this right, no one should have to do anything.
Nope, we're all good.
Good. Cool.
Ha 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 ha.
And as she pours you out all this drink, I don't know if anyone's doing anything, but she'll pull this barrel out and just pours out, and she just like pulls out this little cork and just starts to fill up all these different, not too much. That is the one thing you'll definitely notice. Just puts almost like even a little less than a shot glass amount to all of them, and just holds them up. To future friends and battles, and just kind of holds up her shot glass.
I will do so as well, I guess,
Cool.
since everyone else is doing it.
Anyone who's drinking this, go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
All right. Natural 1.
Nice.
Don't forget to add 3.
It's a natural 1, my boy.
You still add stuff. It's not an attack roll.
That's fantastic.
What am I
I
adding? A
rolled a-
D4?
And your con. No, you add your con and then 3. Your
Uh,
con
natural,
save.
well, the natural 2 for a total of 8.
An 8, okay.
So proud of you guys.
Love it.
Plus 3, so 24.
7 is my total, I guess.
Amazing, you guys.
I'm declining the drink, but I'm going over and I'm starting to stretch and.
All right, this dice needs to go into
check
jail.
the
for a bit.
guns.
All right. Kind of like set up on the opposite end of the arena here. Okay.
How distracted is everyone, Kyle?
Everyone taking a shot seems pretty distracted.
Am I passed out yet?
All right,
I'll tell you in a second.
I'm gonna drop my fork, and then under the table while picking up my fork, distance spell haste to Mercy.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay. All right. So as everyone's distracted taking their shots, and yeah, everyone failed that miserably. There's this, as you take the shots, there's this instant wave of just euphoria, as this feeling of, my wife likes to call it fluffy. It's that level right before you start getting to drunk phase, right? You're just like, oh man, everyone's great. You have like everyone wants to hug and love each other, right? Yep. And as soon as it hits, it's not just euphoric in terms of the feeling. You also instantly get this mind-numbing shot of like the worst ice freeze you've ever had of and just instantly just start to like just pinch and as you breathe in and out, you can feel this kind of like winter fresh breath to the air of the night air as it comes to you.
Just mint.
Whoever failed that,
Take cold damage, I assume?
Done for 3 days.
you take 2 points of cold damage.
Oh.
And you also
God.
have disadvantage on persuasion checks.
That's fine. That's okay.
As Faye kind of looks around the group, she's like, "Y'all want another one, or is it just one for the night? I mean, Cloudfang does have a bit of a kick to it, but I mean,
You suggesting I'm a bitch?
Can we just?
Give me another.
all right. Well, I mean, here, let's take it over. I think these girls want to get started." And she like pours another one out as you guys all start to walk over. Oh, that was close. As you all start to walk over towards the arena, Malkin is already fresh into the churned up dirt.
Are we
I'll
staying in the
proffer,
circle or the square?
6, you're good.
I'll also proffer the remains of my catnip to add to the party.
Okay.
I don't have a lot left, but there's still some.
Are we supposed to stay in the circle or the square?
The square. Coyote just made the circle for a joke.
That is a squircle. It is correct now.
As Veronica walks up to the side, she does look over towards Juliana as well, and from underneath the table, Juliana pulls out. What the hell is this thing? Where'd it go? Hey, there we go. She pulls out like a little makeshift flute and just starts to play a little bit of a ditty as you guys are getting ready to exchange blows. All right. Well,
Kyle, it's loud on stream.
I turned it down really low. I'll turn it down even lower. How's that?
Sufficient.
Better.
All right, let's see if that works. All right. Well, ladies, have fun. Try not to kill each other, and may the best woman win.
And
Huzzah!
with my sword,
You
I'm
do
going
something
to
like-
do a flourishing salute.
And she'll take her 2 swords and just kind of, not bowing, but she does bow, but keeps her head up towards you and just a slight grin. Alright. Let's roll some initiative.
Can't really use any of my maneuvers for you, so good luck, Percy.
Haste doesn't affect initiative, does it? Not fantastic, but I'll take it. 15.
You get 2 to your AC, you have advantage on dex saving throws, and you get an
2
additional
plus
action.
AT. AC, that'll be fantastic. That brings me up to 18. Fantastic. AC. 18.
Don't worry, Percy. They're melee. You're ranged. It'll go fine.
What did you say you got, Percy? A 16?
A 15.
15.
I'm guessing 20 for the top guy. Oh!
Hey.
Damn.
By 1. I was like,
We take those.
son of a bitch.
Perfect.
Alright.
Run! Hey, where'd Dirge go?
I don't know. What did I do with it?
This is
The wind took
exactly
it.
what I
It's fine.
needed. I needed to go first. I was going to put it in timeout because it was nat 7, and I figure anything less than a 10, they should go in timeout for this, but it's fine.
I just only get a timeout if they roll a nat 1 for me.
As it should be.
Well,
If you don't
sometimes
have
they
enough dice
roll-
to do the 10 roll.
Sometimes they roll a whole bunch of like 2 and 3, and I'm like, that's not going to cut it.
Alright, so you are first. What would you like to do?
Okay, so taking out Requiem, I'm going to use a grit for disarming to knock one of her swords out and hopefully throw it 10 feet away. Because if she fails this save, the object is pushed 10 feet away from me. Hopefully that means it's outside the square,
Oh, okay.
not just
okay.
on the edge, and then she can't get it.
I like it. Okay. Okay, so what do I have to do on my end here? You have to hit first, or is it just a thing that happens?
Firearm attack against creature, expend 1 crit. On a hit, they take damage and must succeed. So let me roll
Alright.
first. I'll take that. Where is Requiem? 21.
That hits.
That definitely hits, yep.
So it's a DC 16 saving throw.
Okay.
That is one of my grit.
What kind of saving throw?
Strength. That's why I was asking how strong she was.
STR.
And that is a D10. Where's my D10s?
Oh, I can't learn this thing strong.
Please tell me she failed.
She did, but she is going to use her Indomitable to not let that happen.
Oh,
She just re-rolls.
oh, at least she used it.
What does she have to be?
16.
16.
Still fails.
Yeah.
All right. So as you target her, as Captain Veronica says, "Let the games begin." Basically, you instinctively take out your firearm and use one of your grits, kind of close on your eyes real quick, and shoot towards not only Malcolm but towards her hand. And not only does it do damage, which how much damage is it?
8.
8 points.
Not fantastic.
Damage is damage.
Yep.
As you shoot over, it hits her in the hand. Again, not doing too much damage, but it does hit her in the hand enough that she instinctively pulls back. Ow! And it goes 10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
Yeah, go Percy!
And lands like right over here, like right on the outside of the square here.
I'll leave you with one. I'm not that unsporting, and then I'm going to shoot her in the leg.
Okay. As she starts to turn towards her sword that goes outside the ring and turns towards you and says, "Oh, you're going to pay for that." As she says that, you're already shooting twice. The second time, go ahead and roll a hit.
That's even higher. That's 23.
Oh yeah, definitely hits. Yep.
What did I say last time? 8, so that'd make this 7. Yeah, 7 points of damage. And then I get a hasted shot.
Oh yeah, you're hasted.
I should probably be tracking my ammo. Hang on.
Better hope this ends within a minute.
Oh, that would be bad.
I'd be impressed if it didn't, because combat never lasts that long. But
It's 10 rounds. That'd be a crazy long fight.
That was less, but that's 19.
Yeah, 19 still hits.
That wasn't that one of my damage.
Awesome.
So that makes 6 damage. So it was 8. God damn, 876.
876.
You still have your movement.
I do, and I'm going to
Run away.
5, 10, 15, 20,
Tactically retreat.
30. I think that's 30. It's hard to tell with this grid. But yeah, that way it's harder for her to get to me. Yes.
Okay.
Ray, we should have made this a 5x5.
no, I mean,
And
this is great.
I'm just gonna like glance at him and be like,
Okay. So as you shoot once.
oh, actually, I get more movement, right?
Yeah, you're
Yeah, yeah. So you have 60
then,
feet.
yeah, I'm going way over there.
Okay. How far away did you just go here? Super far.
Yep.
Okay.
It's gonna take a lot to get over there.
No way, that looks fishy at all.
I think I can still get there. What's this chick's movement?
Depends on what her movement is.
Yeah. Okay. So here's what she'll do. As you shoot once, she turns back towards you. You shoot again and start to just start to hastily run away. She sees you just again. This is the brink of the evening here, so there's just enough light in the sky that you can just barely sort of see what like still outlines of figures and everything. She sees you hastily, strategically retreat, I think Stick said, off to the side, and as you do. Everyone on this side of the field gets a little better glimpse of this as Malkin, you've seen her do this before. She kind of almost has this shrug that comes over her body, and as it does, there's this white, almost vibrating essence to her person, and she leaps off in the air towards Percy.
Oh yeah.
Using one of those.
She can fly, she can fly, she can fly.
Yeah.
Or dash at least.
So she starts to takes one step and then just flies off into the air over towards Percy.
Ooh.
As she does, comes down with a swipe, landing down next to her. Alright. Let's see here. Roll a d4 for me, real quick.
You got this.
Person.
1.
1. Okay. So that is not there. Okay. I was seeing which sword you hit. She has 2.
Yep.
Alright. So,
Are they both special?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they're both special.
Okay.
Here we go.
I might disarm the other one.
Boink. Oh, I don't think that hits. No, that doesn't hit. Swing number 2. There we go. 18.
That just hits.
Nice.
With my haste.
Cool.
How much damage is it?
So as she comes down and slices down towards you, you just see her instinctively move out of the way. As she comes back up and cleaves into you again, you feel this, not just the slashing damage from her sword, but she is also going to put a little bit of extra oomph onto it. Okay. So it is... Alright. So you take 6 points of slashing damage and 9 points of force damage.
Okay.
Use the force.
Oh, I'm in the double digits now instead of the triple. Oh.
And third swing.
Offhand?
There we go. 21. It's for 6 points of slashing.
3
And let's see here. Action, bonus action, movement. We'll do that.
Okay.
That's her turn. What would you like to do?
What you gonna do, Percy?
Oh, should I go ahead and disarm her? Actually, okay. So, hasted actions have to be attack or dash, right?
Or use a magic item, but
Ooh!
Or disengage.
Did-
No, not disengage.
Did we
No.
settle that if you leave the area, you lose, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the
Yes.
side of the thing. Yep.
yeah. Don't lose now.
Oh,
embarrass
okay.
us.
No. So
Hasted actions attack, dash, disengage, hide,
You
or
can
use an
disengage.
object.
There you go.
okay. So I'm gonna skirt around her.
Skirt.
Oh no.
Oh,
And-
man.
I see the plan.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna pull out my wind fan,
Oh.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Oh, God.
and I'm just going to flourish it, grin, and blow her away.
Okay. What does she have to roll for that?
I believe it's strength. Let me pull it up again.
Strength. Okay.
It's a
Nice.
good use of a tool, so
It's true. It's true. I mean,
Um,
kind of insulting to her,
Oh,
but I like
God,
it.
that's going to make her
Miss.
even more angry.
As she comes down and swings with her sword, misses once, and swings again, you roll out to the side and pull out your fan from this and open it up.
far does she go back?
yeah, strength saving throw or be pushed 15 feet away from you.
Oh.
Oh, God.
Ooh, what's the DC?
13. So it's not very high.
She rolled a 19. So she's good.
Yeah, damn.
As you pull out the fan and the everyone you can hear from the down below this emanating sound of wind gusts as she starts to blow. She holds her ground still as she almost starts to backpedal and digs her heels into the ground and looks over towards you in the middle of this fan. Okay, that's your action. What would you also like to do?
That's the hasted action. Use an object.
Let's see. So the range of this thing is 60 feet long. So I'm going to disengage
Okay.
and then run backwards. And I think I can get all the way to the other side, which range is still, yeah. So she's still within the range. And if she tries to run at me, then what is it? Any creature in the line must spend 2 feet of movement for every 1 foot it moves when moving closer to you.
Yeah, and on the
And
start of
it's
their
10
turn,
foot
they have
wide.
to start of their turn. They have to roll again to see if they get blown back.
Oh.
Sweet. Okay, so you pull out the fan and run backwards, just holding this fan out in front of you.
Yep.
Okay. I love it. Okay. So at the start of
I
her
wish I had a
turn, you have to make
prop.
another save.
Yeah.
Now the 19. Okay. So she'll get pushed
Lucky.
back.
Loses 10
She's
feet of
gonna have to
movement,
like
though.
skirt around to even get near me, I think. Unless she
See here.
leaps again.
How do I do that? Let me double check quick. Unless you use... Okay, I have to expend a thing. Okay, easy enough. With the wind gust, she will try to jump out of that and land... like over this direction. and as you hold off the fan, you see her woof, almost in a flash, just woof, woof, just jumping up and down and around. Doesn't really necessarily go too high into the air. Like it's almost like these little like 20, 30 feet bursts of energy just poof her off the ground. This force energy just expends her up off into the air, and as she lands, kind of off to a skid, and just starts to run over towards you. Hate, fury, anger, and vengeance in her eye. She will run over here and have at it again. Not liking your fan thing. 1. Oh gosh, 15. That doesn't hit. 22. There we go. For 9 points of slashing.
Actually, I'm going to shield that one.
Okay. 26.
We have cast.
I got my dragon mark.
Ah.
As the second swing comes down and is going to hit you, instinctively put up your arm. This blast of radiant energy expends all around you, blocking the blow. Does a 26 hit though on the third swing?
26 with the shield, yes. Because right now it's 23.
Okay. All right. Okay. So 8 points of slashing. She is going to expend another one of these to do 9 points of force damage again. So again, as she's moving around the battlefield, there's this force around her that continues to just emanate as she jumps, as she runs, as she strikes down into you. The first one looks like it was going to have that same force on it again, but as it hits the shield, she comes back around and hits you on the third swing. And let's see. She was right here. It was 40 of that spot. And we'll back up over here.
But not disengaging, so... Oh, but I got the wind fan in one hand, gun in the other, so I don't have them. Actually, I could punch her, right?
She has mobile, so you no opportunity attacks. But anyway, continue. It is your turn.
Alright, so shield is no longer there.
What you gonna do?
See off to the side, Juliana's kind of walking back and forth across the line. Come on, Malkin!
5, 10.
You can do it, sister!
Oh, they're distracted.
Oh yeah, I can run right around. Jill, I hope you're ready to catch, hopefully. Bonus action to change the direction.
Oof. Okay.
So, that's my bonus action.
Strength saving throw. 20. Nice.
And... I really should have moved one step back. Oh, well, I'll take an opportunity attack to move back one and shoot.
Okay. She will definitely take that if you're going to give it to her. 26 again for 9 points of slashing.
Actually. So I'm going to first, instead of shooting, pull out a grenade.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Where are you going so quickly? Come back. We're not finished with our dance. As you back up.
Oh, but I have a gift. Hold on. Which one do I want to throw?
Restrain.
Oh, I wish I had one that would restrain. I'm working on it. I have lightning and fire. Let's do lightning.
As you guys are standing there watching the fight, the captain kind of turns her head over, one glass in one hand, crossed over, and looks over towards Alona. So I couldn't help but notice at dinner there your agitation in your voice, directed specifically in my direction. Is there something you're not telling me about the good Baron? As you throw a lightning grenade, go ahead, Percy. You're throwing a lightning grenade?
Yes, and it is a DC 15 Dex.
DC 15 Dex. Hadouken. 19.
Stop rolling high.
Yeah, she's rolling really high on these Dex saves. She's not even all that great at them.
5.
As I say that, I die.
That wasn't even great damage. Fuck. 7 and 12, so half to 6 points of lightning. And then I'm gonna shoot her twice.
Nice.
Hopefully
Okay.
in the leg where she can't jump around so much.
-6.
That was a 20, not a 20, 19, and that one's a 27.
Yeah, both hit. She can't even really hear your smack talk as it's going.
16 between the two shots.
16 total? Okay.
Mhm.
Nice. Cool. What? I can't hear you! Just shooting through the wind tunnel that she is trapped in. One off to the side, one off to the other side. Still standing, though.
I think I still have some movement, so that was what, 25, 30, 5, 40, 45, 50, 56. I think I can get that far.
Alright.
And beginning of return, she has to make another save.
Fucking wind tunnel, man.
Oh yeah, jump outside the box and lose, please.
17 on the strength.
Jill, we need you to curse her.
Curse it or roll a 2. Do it. You know you wanna.
Shield's going to jump up out of that thing again, over to here. And as she's in the air and starts to land, you see she's going to look over towards her sword that is outside the ring. And as she does, she holds her hand out, and the hand begins to glow white. And as it does, you see a white glow start to shimmer on the ground where the sword is. And it flies back over towards her as she lands. Make sure I'm doing this right.
Is Parsi still winning?
Hard to say.
Yep, okay. So there's her action to do that, her bonus action to do that. She is going to action surge and run towards you.
Oh no.
Okay.
With her other hand, with her other sword in hand now, is going to come over here.
Wait, she got her other sword back?
She teleported or,
Ah.
telekinesis something.
Oh, she's
Perhaps.
a psychic warrior.
Perhaps. And as it comes closer now, the first sword these are actually both scimitar. They're short swords, but like scimitar in length and curvature. The first one that she's been swinging at you this whole time, even in the darkness, you can see it kind of has like this blackened, kind of almost obsidian look to the blade. And as she pulls over this other sword that you originally shot out of her hand, she comes over again, has a very similar kind. Both these blades are black in their make and model, if you will. Different in terms of what they do, but kind of similar in color and texture. There we go. That's a 22 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. 15 doesn't hit. Yeah, that doesn't hit either. Okay, so with the first one, you take 9 points of slashing.
Mm-hmm.
And action, bonus action, action surge, 3 strikes when you're okay. Cool. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay. $23.
Okay, you're good. It is your turn. What would you like to do?
All right. Well, she's a little.
Cut her
too
fucking
close
head
for
off!
comfort.
You hear Faye yell off from the side. You see Verona kind of look down.
So
Hey, rude.
I am
That's my
going
friend.
to.
Wait, who said kill?
Arabella's like just clapping along, and you see under like, "Go kick her ass, Malcolm!" But it's all underneath in closed captioning. It's all in words underneath of her.
Let's skirt around. Bonus action, change the direction.
She's like, ooh, she pulled out a fan. All underneath of her. In front.
Jill can't read,
Roll a
so he doesn't
2.
know what she's saying.
She's saying
Roll
something,
a-
Jill. There's words there.
So save against the fan.
Yeah. I can do that.
She's gotta roll 1 eventually.
Ooh, that might do it.
Did she roll a 1?
She rolled an 8.
Damn.
Oof.
Ooh, that fails.
So she goes 10 feet back, right?
15.
Oh, is it 15?
15. It's
Yeah.
15 feet back.
Oh, nice. So as she grabs her sword and comes over and starts to swing, you roll it to the side and once again redirect the fan, kind of take a knee and kind of get a better angle at it. As you do, up underneath, you lift her up off the ground and she goes, no! And starts to coalesce backwards out of the ring.
You win! Ringality.
Regality.
So I'm going to snap the fan closed and just saunter over and look down at her. Next time, learn your place. And then
Oh, shit.
As you start to walk back,
Fatality.
just stand up, like kind of like jump flip off, like kick flip off to the to her feet, and start to run over in your direction. And as she does, as she starts to get close, Veronica says, "Malkin!" Malkin looks over at her direction, kind of stops mid-run. You lost, fair and square, my dear. Put down your weapons.
and I purposely did not try to kill you, so...
Yeah.
Puts her swords back into their scabbards. You hear mumble and grumble and moan.
You're lucky I didn't try to keep your weapons.
She's actually just going to keep walking back towards the ship, actually.
Yeah, she's probably upset.
And the captain will actually walk over towards you. That was very impressive, Lady
And
Davenant.
that's not even all the tricks up my sleeve. I hope you keep that into account when you actually discuss the wages we would be receiving, because I am not the most powerful in this group, I don't think. So...
And you collapse to the ground. No, I was kidding.
Yeah.
As she turns around, you're like... As a wave of lethargy sweeps over you. Go ahead and make a non-threatening intimidation check. Crossbow pointed at her face. Does she look distracted? What do you mean by distracted?
I mean, like, is she just paying attention to that conversation? Is she distracted by it?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, all the girls are just kind of
Okay,
like
good.
sauntering up. Yep.
Fully recognizing that this owl is not a real owl, I'm going to take a little bit of food out of my pocket I secreted away from the table, just break off a little bit and try to feed it.
Okay. On her shoulder,
Just like pressing it into its beak.
although facing forward on her shoulder, you'll see the whole head, ting, 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 and it just turns completely around, looking down at you. And now you can see a better angle of, like, the eyes are almost clockwork in their orientation as well. They have, like, these metallic slits that clink, clink, looks down at you, and, like, it can't tilt its head, so, like, its whole body kind of questioning what's in front of it right now.
Just boop, boop, right off the beak. And then, oh, you gotta open it up.
It's very. It's not doing anything, but it's very confused at this food being pushed into its metallic beak.
No, open the beak.
Volt would probably actually see this. He has a high enough perception. You kind of look off beside you, see Frey kind of poking at this bird with some food behind Arabella's shoulder.
That makes sense.
She does not.
Al, you said intimidation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was actually pretty good. Thank you. 17.
17.
I will take this into consideration. Lady Persephone, and she'll just do a slight bow. Well, friends, that was actually very entertaining. Haven't seen a fan used in combat before, but always never too old to learn new tricks, but perhaps we go back and we can continue our feast for the evening, yes? More conversations, more drinks to be had.
Yes, wine sounds nice.
And she'll just start to walk back to the table. All the girls will start to walk back. Arabella will turn around.
Just like hand halfway to the beak of the. So.
You see her hand start to move, and underneath it says, "What are you doing to my bird?"
Trying to feed it. Going up his beak.
It's not real. It's made of metal.
That doesn't make it not real.
Okay, fair. She kind of
Alright,
does
okay,
like a little grin comes across her face. And,
I was worried there for a moment, but you're all right with me.
Samesies, and she'll continue to walk back to the table, kind of giggling a little bit at you trying to feed her metallic bird.
Just like pop the food in his mouth and then go back over to the head table with the rest of them.
While this is all going on, Styx, you.
Where did he go?
Yeah.
Giggling
He's probably
away
checking out
off
the
into
ship.
the darkness, have sauntered off towards the airship.
Ah,
Now, the back hull is still open, where the deckhands were taking down, different tables and chairs and food provisions and things. Do you wish to go that direction? Do you wish to go another direction? What do you want to do?
I'll go that direction. It's the easiest point of entry.
Okay, cool. As you start to head into the back butt area of the ship, with that stealth check, you do see off to the side, there is one of the deckhands below deck who is just sitting in a makeshift chair. You can see him just barely in the dark. This outline of a figure sitting on the chair, and as you get a little bit closer, he has a mask on, but it's like half on, and you can still see like the up and down moving of the chest and the snoring.
rough day.
Nice.
Would you like to go from here?
Head on in.
Okay. As you head into the cargo area of the ship, the one thing that make a perception check. I'll tell you what you see.
That's another nat 20, so 24.
24. A little less for wares down here. You'd imagine it's because a lot of the provisions that would be down here in the cargo area have been taken out to the table and recreational area there. You do see some other just kind of barrels and armaments. You see... Just double check that actually real quick. On this level, how far in do you want to go? Because in this back hull area, you do see on the other end there is like another wooden door that seems to go deeper into the ship. This back cargo area that you're in right now is very open. You'd imagine the helm of the ship up top to be where the wheel is, but in this it's very open and kind of hollowed out in terms of not very much in here in regards to provisions and things.
I'll head further in, up to the door.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and make an investigation check on the door.
Plus 18 plus 7, so 25.
25. Okay. It's not locked. Not trapped or anything like that. In fact, with that 25, if you just kind of open a little bit, you do see in front of you now a little dark. You do have dark vision, right?
Yep.
Okay. It's a little dark here, but you do see this kind of long hallway that opens up into another dimly lit area of the ship.
No.
And you don't see any people or anything.
I shall head on inside.
Okay. As you're walking, there's two doors to your one door to your right, one door to your left, and they are open. Taking a quick peek inside, you see a bed to the left and a bed to the right on both sides. There's 4 beds down here.
And to the left.
And
So there was.
as you walk into the next area of this
Crisscross.
chamber, you do see some more crates, all closed, and you do also see large metallic spheres in crates as well, kind of makeshifted around different parts of the extended cargo hold down here, if you will.
I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
Okay, can you click it over here in the little thingy, if you can? One foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, 3 feet of wood. Got it. Okay. Down here, and it lasts for 10 minutes. That's right. So down here, as you're kind of looking around some of the crates and everything, no, doesn't seem to be anything magical in nature on this level that you're in. You do hear, just your passive perception, you do hear occasionally a couple footsteps up above you as some of the wooden planks of the main deck are creaking as some of the deckhands are walking to and fro. You don't really hear necessarily specific conversations, but you can hear the muffled sounds of... It can't really make out specific words.
And just before I go any further, I'm going to cast See Invisibility on myself. So I'll sprinkle the silver powder and my eyes flare up into flames.
All right.
So I've got both of those up. See Invisibility and Detect Magic.
Okay. Cool. Nothing.
And it's just a precaution.
Sure.
And go further on. Is another door at the end of the corridor that leads?
Okay. So as you're traversing down in so you're a deck below the map that you're on right now. So up above, you can hear and see some of these deckhands kind of walking around to and fro. There's no one on your level, but right here is where the stairs go down to the level that you're on. Kind of all quiet on the western front down here on the second floor. If you decide to go up, might get a little bit trickier, but as of right now.
So the 2 rooms had 4 beds in them each. So that's the crew rooms. That's where the 8 crew are.
Right. I'll also tell you this. As you're exploring the second floor of the ship, towards the front of the boat, there's another hatch in the floor. And when you lift it up and kind of look down underneath, you see large metallic pipes and gears and motor pieces. It seems like the whole undercarriage of the ship is one big engine motor that pilots the 2 turbines on the side of the ship. So there's nothing really to explore down here, but the whole bottom underside of this whole craft is the engine for this thing. Just massive. Takes up the whole from stern to bow or whatever. I think I said that right. Bow to stern, stern to bow. Sure.
So we got loading area, crew quarters, bottom of the ship engine.
Mm-hmm.
I'll head on up.
All right. Go ahead and
The
roll a
main
stealth
deck.
check.
It's a 24.
24. Where do you want to go? I'll say you can get to the top of the steps. So far, not noticed. Where do you want to go from here?
I want to head in this direction. See the more rooms.
Okay. You kind of wait for a minute. Again, these guys are kind of walking, this way, just kind of traversing across the top of the bow of the ship here, the deck, somewhere up here. You wait for the right moment and kind of run over towards this direction. And you can see now there are stairs that go up to the top area where, not that you would know this, but Volt was at before, where the helm is. And you go underneath, and you are familiar with the ships like before. There seems to be some sort of captain's quarters underneath. So where you were before, where the cargo bay was, there's a captain's quarters, and then the top shelf up above. But there is a door here, and it is locked.
I shall attempt to unlock it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. Do you have thieves' tools or anything like that?
I do. I'm not proficient with them, but I do have them. I also have my gloves of thievery, so I got +10 to sleight of hand.
All right.
Ooh.
As you're kind of jiggling with the locks again, you do realize that time is of the essence here. These guys are walking around, patrolling the top of the deck here, so you don't have too much time as they're kind of slowly making the rounds.
26 on my sleight of hand.
26. It does open.
I'll quickly head on inside, closing the door quietly behind me.
As you do, one of the deckhands actually starts to walk over in this direction and is going to stop.
Must have been the wind.
Keeps walking.
Quick,
And speaking of that,
put an arrow in his head. See how he responds.
there are a couple of the deckhand sticks that, as you look off to the side, there are some on the side of the deck, kind of watching the fight off in the distance.
Yep.
You guys aren't too far away from the battle arena area over there.
That's what I was hoping for.
Some of them are watching this as others are still patrolling. As you get into here, you are now in Captain Veronica's captain's quarters. With that, we're going to come back over here.
Alright.
I stopped the music because we're not over where the music is. But now that we're
Yeah.
back, we're going to put the music back on.
Yeah.
As it should be.
So as the fight winds down and everything, everyone starts to make their walk back over to the table and continues to drink. Any other sort of conversations or anything anyone would like to have with anyone?
I think Jill's fine. He just likes eating food.
Does Malkin stay away?
Yes.
You saw Malkin leave and start walking over towards the ship.
Okay. Just gonna have a shit-eating grin the whole time.
Sure.
If no one else is making conversation, I want to ask about what ship they might have available for us.
Sure. Let me pull up my list.
I guess Jill will ask, do you have any land vehicles?
She'll chuckle as the second mentioning of this. Unfortunately, no. My crew is all airborne, my crocodilian friend.
We'll make you a parachute, Jill, don't worry.
Shoot.
What's a parachute?
A shoot.
It's sort of like my glider, but doesn't propel itself, but it will get you down to the ground safely.
Oh, neat. Okay. Alright.
All right.
And then, like, a thought that just, like, kind of just occurs to me. He just looks on the table. You think she'd go for a round two?
In your
Oh,
head?
are you-
Fighter.
In your head?
No, I said it aloud.
Oh, okay.
Which, I'm kind of tipsy at that point, so I guess probably in the head, too.
I think it's probably best that we just let her cool off. She is not a, she is a sore loser.
Oh,
She
fuck,
doesn't
man.
lose often, but when she does, as you can imagine.
You sure?
Lost
Because, like, I
twice.
knocked her the fuck out the first time. That was me.
Yes, both of us were chasing her.
She told me a little bit about all of your skills in your previous exchange in the Grey Mountains. Again,
What did she say?
This is what procured me to want to follow you and track you down in the first place. Well,
But, like, what'd she say, though?
well, she said, first of all, there was a big, large mechanical man, which I've been introduced to already.
Little kid,
That's me.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, funny. No offense, Fold.
All good.
She did exclaim that some of you had armaments and pistols, looking towards Percy's direction.
I've got a few.
She also mentioned that the little green one was quite the menace as well, as she kind of looks around. Where
He
did
can
you
only
go?
handle so much socializing. He likes
Not a
to go off and-
solitary.
Yeah, I actually look around for
Oh,
him too.
Actually,
The
easy
hell?
way to tell. Are there any Apple Jacks around here? Because if there's any left, or if there's less than usually, he probably grabbed it and fucked off.
Make an investigation check.
No, I'm saying that out loud. I'm not actually personally
So I'll
looking.
make an investigation check.
I'll do it. 'Cause
I'm just
I am
running
a
under the assumption that he did what I asked earlier and snuck off to the ship to maybe
7.
sabotage it, or at least look around.
I got a 7. Do I see the Applejacks?
Sticks, did you take Applejacks with you?
Plus, I took a bottle or two.
As any good scout would, I'm drinking on the job. All right,
Ah.
yeah.
Oh,
Veronica does look at the table. I do see there is one of the bottles missing.
Yeah, he's probably
he can
just
drink that
hanging
all by
out.
himself. He's
Oh,
so
yeah.
little.
Oh,
all the
God,
time.
you have no idea.
And he hasn't had some in a while, so he's like on empty.
All right,
Until he ran out, I don't think I ever saw him without it.
Yeah.
fair enough. All right, well,
Actually, I think his blood might be part. Do goblins do that?
I'm not sure.
We'll have to ask him.
His kind is much like yours, Jill. Again, I've never seen your kind before, but his goblin race is not too
Common?
populated in this world anymore.
I think my people never leave the little wetland they live in.
I have heard things about the Great Swamps to the south. I've never been there particularly, but
Just
I
I think
have
this
heard-
conversation is starting to move a little bit more towards like party history. Frey just kind of like taps himself on the leg and casts Lay on Hands, 5 points to remove the drunk effect, and then continues on. That's it.
I've never been to the Great Swamps before, but I have heard of the savage creatures and monsters that traverse the swamps down there. So
Yeah, a lot of good eating down there.
I will take.
Except
your word
everyone
for it.
everyone just hoards the food though, so I couldn't really eat anything there.
I mean, now you can.
By all means, please. We are all here at the table together. If you're hungry, don't be bashful.
Oh, I mean, Jill's already just been eating, so.
You'll see. What's her face? Faye has kind of slid her way in here next to Frey. So Faye and Frey here has kind of slid in as you're sitting there. Well, I mean, I don't think anyone else here is really wanting to drink with me. You're the only one who seems to have a stomach for it. You want another go? As she pulls her barrel around to the side.
I just pull out the bottle of Duskwood and set it on the table.
Oh,
Let's go.
No.
What is that? Is that some sort of homebrew that you have?
Even better. This came from Azeros. Rare, very hard to find vintage. They should have put some, well, knock you on your ass.
Quite literally.
I think a kobold almost died drinking it once. A friend of ours.
God, yes, I forgot.
He's fine though, but you know, tiny guy.
None of the girls really like to drink all that much, and when they do, it's always like girly things, like wines and thing. I like to drink some much harder, which is why I made this. And she kind of taps the barrel.
Alona, you should tell him about the breezy squeezy.
What is that? A breezy squeezy? That
I don't think
It's
it much
ex-
interest you.
It's exactly the sort of drink that you would hate.
Exactly. I'm like more like for everyone else though.
you see, Juliana off to the side. She's like, "I want the breezy squeezy. What is this? The drink that you're talking about? This sounds fun." You see, off to the side, Arabella goes with her hands again. Me too, but in closed caption.
Now that I've about ruined any chance of Alona peacefully just chilling, he'll turn back to Faye and be like, "So what you got in the homebrew there?"
Right, well, this is my own make. It's called Cloudfang after my family name.
The minty stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
She's kind of like breezing her face a little bit. And as she breezes in her face, it does still have that kind of minty aftertone to it. It's quite nice, right?
Yeah, I'm about it. I'm
All
about
right,
it.
You want another one?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, she pours out another one for the two of you. Anyone else? Have the bowls?
I'll raise my hand.
Ah, right. Big boy with big bowls. All right, here we go. And she just kind of pours out 3 shots for the 3 of you.
All right.
You see,
Constitution.
Juliana and Arabella are circling around Ilona now.
They want
Kind
the
of
breezy.
reptilian though. Does he have balls?
Just, I don't think I have the stuff to make a breezy squeezy. Is is all.
Arabella with her hands says, "Oh, come on," and Juliana says,
Is it plus 3 again?
I mean, we could. What do you need? I mean,
Yes.
We don't really
Just-
like to drink the hard stuff. This sounds more like up our alleys.
You just need like fruit juice and fruit and that sort of thing.
And that's it?
And that's it, and then you just sort of mix it all together.
With?
I think vodka.
Arabella with her hands says, "With what alcohol? With what alcohol?" Like she just with her hands.
I think it's vodka. I'm not entirely sure.
Mentally, rum.
Rum. Sorry, rum.
I think it's rum. Okay, well, I mean, we can try to make it. Hold on. I'll go back to the ship. Maybe we have some fruits on there. Julian just takes off towards the ship too.
I'm sending some friends your way, Sticks. Have fun.
Alright, I got 14. How's that do?
Oh, again, yeah, that fails. So as you take a swig of this now, as that pain comes back, it's pleasant at first and painful at the second. You take, hold on,
3 damage.
2 more points of cold damage.
Cool.
Frey, you're actually fine this time, and you already have disadvantage on persuasion. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Noted. Got it.
I have double disadvantage.
Doubled. What's backwards expertise?
Not being proficient.
Yeah, non-proficient.
Oh no. My proficiency that I put strictly in persuasion.
Yeah, sounds like Jill. He definitely persuades everybody we come across, you know.
The captain
Charismatic guy.
will make her way over. I said it! God damn it! I caught myself. Son of a
Hey.
bitch. Alright, game's over. We'll play next week. It only
Game
took
goes
till
till-
11.
Game goes
Veronica
till I
will
fuck up.
head over towards Lady Persephone, and actually Styx isn't there, so she can sit there. She'll just kind of sit down next to you and takes her hat up, puts it on the table, takes her wine, kind of kicks her feet up. So, I don't recall if I necessarily mentioned to you before about who our contract with the dwarves was. I thought it would pique your interest. I know in our earlier discussions we were playing tit for tat with information. You give a little, I give a little quid pro quo, but now that I've seen you prove your worth on the field of combat as well as with your words, I thought it would be behoove of me not to mention that the dwarves were looking for a Dawnard of a different name. Your older sister, if I'm not mistaken, this Calypso, yes?
And did you find out why they wanted her?
Part of the negotiations was not ask and tell, more so just stand and deliver, if you catch my drift.
Stand and deliver.
I thought perhaps you'd also like to know that the dwarves were willing to pay a pretty hefty sum for the retrieval of your sister as well. Just friendly knowledge.
Well, that just confirmed some suspicions. Which member of the house did you deal with?
We dealt directly with the head of the household, the what is it, the Earl, right? That's the dwarves. The dwarves are Earl.
Earl Lemongrab. Alright.
Of course. I should have finished him off while I had the chance.
I can't help but wonder. I mean, if you're not knowing all the in between the lines of this, do you have any particular reason as to why the dwarves would want to capture a family member of another noble household?
We have a few suspicions, piecing together clues from all over. Whatever it is, it's not good. We have reason to believe that they are involved with a cult of Lolth.
She'll kind of kick her feet off the table and sit up. Please go on. What a cult of Lolth?
Yes. And we also have reason to believe that they replaced my parents, one with a fiendish, disgusting creature, and the other with a machine of some sort.
Yeah, it was a giant wax thing. That was
Gio
weird.
from across the table still eating. It's like eating part of the conversation they're having, and at the same time eating, and then chimes in some few keywords.
I think it mind
As it
controlled
should
me.
be.
I think it did. That was
So
weird.
if you do get in contact with any of them again, be careful.
Well,
They want to bring ruin on the whole world.
she kind of puts her hand up to her chin. I can only help but wonder. I mean, again, as I mentioned before, we are not in the kidnapping business. Was your sister ever kidnapped, or is she safe, or...
Last I checked, she is safe. There were several attempts made. I guess when you did not agree to help, he went to the Red Buzzards and their ilk.
There's that name again, these red buzzards.
Mm-hmm. We've already taken care of 2 of their branches. We're working on the 3rd, but had to retreat.
Well, I mean, the reason I'm asking is I had another idea. Sometimes the wine sparks creative ingenuity. Sometimes it leads to other funny business, but right now I'm in a very focused mode here. So follow me for a moment. Your sister is safe. This Earl, has he made any sort of implication of giving up on this endeavor to procure your sister?
Well, we weren't sure who exactly was behind it because the branch that had been tasked with the kidnapping was the orcs and ogres. They're not smart.
Well, I've yet to meet the smart one. Yes, go on.
So they failed. And we killed them without getting any real answers because they're stupid. And we haven't been able to track down who or why until you provided that information. But he had already been traced to some other activities, namely the cult. And, well, he crossed a line that he really shouldn't with us, and that's what really sealed his fate.
Follow me with my idea for a second.
Mm-hmm.
And please mind you that for this plan to work, we'd have to be very delicate with the details. As a sign of good faith, you gearhearts continue to intrigue me. And I can see that you are right at the cusp of joining the Black Crescent Moons and leaving that pathetic adventuring guild in your wake. Here's my proposition. As a sign of good faith, for you to earn my trust that you are no longer affiliated with this guild, as I mentioned before, if you were to procure my pendant, that would be a very big check mark in the box. However, trust goes both ways, yes? And if you are to join our family, what if there was a way that I could help you exploit this Earl for wanting to kidnap your sister? Again, mind you, I don't want to be necessarily directly involved, but I think there might be a way that we could come up with some sort of plan for, let's say, the Black Crescent Moon to have a change of heart about this contract and present it to your dwarven friend. I feel like that is the first piece to a puzzle that might show our bonds with you. Yes?
Well, I had been trying to figure out how to fool them into thinking that I was Calypso and find out who is behind it that way.
So you're already scheming. This is good. I know you keep asking about coins and other sort of rewards. And as I mentioned to you before, I think for your crew, an airship is more within the realms of possibility. However, I think that perhaps in this case, much as with my locket, this exploit could be more than any sort of monetary gain, yes?
Potentially.
And what better way than to form our new friendship than with non-monetary means? Doesn't anything also have to be about money, although it is very nice.
It's not necessarily money for me, though. If you mention money, then I am of the mindset that I want to know exactly what it is you're offering so that we don't expect one thing and receive another.
As you say this, she kind of like leans up a little farther, kind of puts her hands on your hands. I don't know if they're on the table, but they are now in my mind. She puts her hands on top of yours and she says, "My dear, you don't always need to have the details ironed out. Take a leap of faith. I'm jumping on this ship with you to show our allegiance to the gearhearts. All I'm asking is a little bit of faith back."
I am more concerned with guarantees that we will maintain a certain level of freedom.
Guarantees. Haven't you ever just taken a risk?
Yes, a few, but I will not be indentured as an indentured servant. I want to make sure that we can choose to not have dealings with certain allies of yours or go on certain missions that we do not agree with. Not necessarily morally, but perhaps we have bigger fish to fry, or we have other projects. I want to make sure that we have certain level of control of our own destiny. That has always been my personal goal. I left home to get out of a wedding that I did not want to be part of. I will not let anyone else dictate my future.
At the mention of that, you'll see a big smile curl across her face. Oh, I do understand that concept entirely. Well, this has been a riveting conversation. I hope you take this information back to the rest of your friends, and perhaps an answer by morning would be sufficient. If the morning you and your crew want to join our ranks, so be it. If not, we will leave you to your business in the open fields.
And if we need more than a day, then we'll figure out a way that we can contact you. Because as I said, we do have pressing matters back home. We might need to settle that first.
She'll just kind of stand up with her wine glass. Lady de Renard?
Captain.
And she'll just mosey her way, kind of walking over in this direction, kind of brushes her hand across Volt's back, continues to walk, looks over towards Frey, and Faye continuing to drink off to the side. Ilona.
Yes?
As you're standing here, Juliana walks away, and Arabella's just kind of standing there with this large owl on her shoulder, and Misfit looks up at you. I mean, are you gonna say anything? She's just staring at us weird.
Who?
Well, the lady and the metal bird. Misfit's just sitting right next to you. You're just standing there looking at each other. She's just...
Do you want to play with Misfit?
Yes, please. With her hands.
Some captions, come on.
Kind of looks up at you. Oh, okay. She kind of just gingerly walks over, and she's going to roll an investigation check.
Investigation check. Interesting.
Ugh. Jill's gonna place a hand on Frey's shoulder.
Oh.
Still need you want to spar? Still got. We haven't done it since you got your magical thingamabob.
No. Sure. Yeah. Let's duke it out, man.
Sparring? What do you want to spar for? It's the middle of the night. We're all drinking down here. What do you... Have another, big man. She just pours you out another one, Jill.
Just kind of.
I drink it because I can't say no.
Just kind of. I don't know about where you come from, but where I come from, drinking usually leads to fighting.
Oh, that's actually
well,
good.
you're not wrong with that, are you?
Do I count it? Because it rolled out of the thing.
In the tray, sir. In the tray.
Yeah, you're right.
In the tray.
Damn it. Yeah, no, I lose again.
Is that 3 fails?
Yeah.
As you take this third drink, again, that minty, you take 1 point of cold damage. That minty freshness crosses over your breath. You get that instant brain freeze.
Wait, hold on. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15?
Yeah, it still fails. So as that brain freeze creeps across your head and look up, everything starts to coalesce across your eyes. And although it's already dark out, there's some makeshift candles on the table and everything as the nights progressed here. But everything starts to crystalline over white. And as it does, Frey, you look up towards Geel, and his eyes start to glaze over this kind of whitish blue hue across them. And the whole world, Geel, turns into staring into an ice wall.
Oh. Whoops.
So, Geel, you
kind of
right there, buddy?
Hands up. You blink a couple times, nothing changes. When you blink your eyes, it goes black, but when you open it again, it's just this frost across the world, basically.
I cannot see.
You'll hear Faye will laugh at that. That means the gold cloud fang's taking effect.
That's kind of concerning.
She jumps up. She jumps up and grabs onto Geel and starts to spin you in a circle.
Uh-oh.
Do you resist?
No, I don't, because
Okay.
I can't see.
Okay, cool. She grabs onto you, Jill. Instinctively, you kind of shudder at the feel, but she spins you around 3 times. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
Yay.
Just making a gator slushy.
Damn it. Damn it all. This dice needs to go away. I'm sorry.
No, keep rolling that one. That sounds like a good one.
Mm-hmm.
6 plus 3 would be...
12.
Okay. As she spins you around 3 times, again, the world is spinning with this frosted haze over. You kind of lose your balance for a second. You kind of stumble into the table. A couple pieces of the food go flying off to the side. Veronica and Volk kind of look over instinctively as you start to stumble into the table. You resist the urge to throw up, but you are definitely blinded and just stumbling into things. Frey kind of bumps into Frey a little bit towards the table.
Well, this is my life now.
How long till that wears off? So we can see again.
Oh, well, it just depends.
How
many fingers am I holding up? You can't see.
You
You can take a guess.
3?
Nope. Try again. She just keeps doing this.
So not long then.
I mean, it's different for each person. I mean, he's kind of a big fella. It shouldn't last too long. I've seen it last for a couple of days before. If you don't have,
Holy
if
shit.
you don't have the stomach for it.
Man,
Oh,
how
man.
much did that person drink to get it for a couple of days?
Well, like I said, it just depends if you have the stomach for it. As she looks over towards Jill, it looks like he's got a pretty big stomach. He should be all right.
I mean, he eats tables.
What?
Yeah, like he'll straight up eat a table. I've seen him do it. Took a bite out of a chair.
I
that
don't
was sitting
believe
on
it.
once, actually.
Shenanigans. I don't believe it. Nobody eats
And Jill, leave the
tables.
table.
I start to tune to my ring because I wasn't wearing it.
I'll need some time, but you know he'll leave that table in a little bit here.
I don't believe you.
Probably when he can see again. No, shit. I don't care if you believe me. It's true. Just wait like an hour. You'll see.
I don't believe I can spar in this state.
Oh, good.
You
That means you just do more drinking. She pours you another one, Frank.
I think mentally directly to Jill, and only Jill. You want me to fix that for you?
Yes.
I just kind of like bap him on the shoulder, like I'm, as if I was about to just kind of direct him to sit at the table and use 5 more points from my healing pool to remove.
Oh, okay. Yeah, with that, the ice wall would come down. With that, you were basically poisoned of frost blindness, basically.
Nice.
I take out my alchemy jug and just start chugging water.
That's probably a good idea.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Let's see.
Jill could have just made fruit juice.
Ilona. She kind of starts to inspect over Misfit, and as she's looking him over, doesn't really do too much. But as she sees Homie kind of flying around you, she actually looks up very intrigued and kind of points at Homie instead.
Yeah, no, you can look at him too if you want.
She kind of looks over towards her owl and kind of gives like a head nod, and you see the owl just, it's large, like these metallic wings, just it just floats over, just lands on your shoulder.
I'll just like pat it a couple of times.
Tink, tink, tink. Made of like different like brasses or coppers. It's an interesting metallic combination. And she'll look over. Who the hell is that, Arabella? So as Homie comes over in this little dragon, she starts to look down at it, and you'll see she actually comes over to the side and starts to pull out like what you know to be like a tinker's kit, and starts to like take some of the tweezers and like holds them down as like in her hands, and just starts to like twiddle with some of like his inner workings. Just starts to like play with some of the metal pieces and things and move some of the pieces around, like not even remotely paying attention to you anymore.
Nice.
Who is close to me? Where am I at this table?
Right now it's
You're
just
at the
two of
end.
you.
You're at the end.
What is she doing?
table.
What is she doing to Homie? Why is he squirming like that? You do see her kind of like squirm a little bit every now and again in her hands.
Homie's more trusting than Misfit. Mhm.
She's just sort of taking a look at him. He's fine.
Very bad.
Let's go back over to Sticks real quick.
Just real quick,
Yeah.
I would like to take the little owl off my shoulder and put it on the table, and then I'm just gonna.
Oh, he's a big
Take
owl.
him.
He's like the size of
Yeah.
like a fire extinguisher.
Well, then I'll put him in the chair. But
Damn.
Ilona's just gonna walk away at this point. She's just gonna go.
Okay.
How strong
by
is this lady that
herself.
she?
Which direction do you want to go?
It doesn't matter. Somewhere she can be by herself, but so close to the group,
Okay.
because she is not gonna go off by herself again.
Okay. Sticks.
Yes.
You get into the captain's quarters.
Yep.
What would you like to do?
Start nosing around for paperwork or hidden compartments,
Okay.
things like that.
Make an investigation check.
That's a dirty 20.
Dirty.
Ooh. Why not a clean 20?
Because I only rolled a 13.
Have you considered rolling a 20 on the dice instead?
I've done it a few times tonight, so I'll see if I can do it again.
Okay, I believe you.
So as you start to rummage around, again, this is the captain's quarters. So her bed chambers are in here too. You see a very large, extravagant king size bed in here, with the corner posts that extend up into the ceiling, very ornate decorations in the woodwork. There's a very interesting aroma in here. It's like this mix between like lavender and sandalwood just emanating out through. The windows are open on the sides, kind of letting in the nighttime breeze. You can just barely hear some of the outside murmurs of the night noises. And as you begin to walk around, there is like a little boudoir over here or whatever it's called, with like the clothes in it. And off to the right kind of smack down in the middle of the area is a large desk. It kind of almost reminds you of the professor's desk, where it kind of almost takes up too much space in the room, but it's made of wood and it's all elongated and flat. It's longer than it is wide, but it is still pretty big. With that 20, as you go and look at it, you do see basically an air map of where you guys are at right now. Just for the sake of like visual, it does pretty much resemble like this map, if you will, kind of like the general area that you're in at right now. Can you see the map? Okay, cool. Obviously it doesn't have Super Mario bombs on it or anything like that, but you get the drift. And
Why not?
because she's never played that before. So with a 20, with a
20.
besides the overall makeup of the room here, you go to the side of the bed, and there is, what we would consider to be like a nightstand, if you will. And as you start to rummage through there, you do see, as you pull out the top drawer and kind of rummage through just some basic like paperwork and knickknacks and things, you push off to the side and look down and see a keyhole in the bottom of the drawer.
I've got to try and open that.
Okay, roll a sleight of hand to open it up.
That's a 16, so 26.
Cool. As you take out your thieves' tools and start to jimmy the lock a little bit, it's a little hard, just like the door to get in here, but eventually you do find the different... Kayla, what are those called with the inside a key thing?
Tumblers.
Tumblers, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kayla.
Like the
The
website.
tumblers. And as you jimmy some more of the tumblers, you just... And you worried you might have almost broke it, but as you pull the pins back out, there's this false bottom that you pull out, and underneath is stacks of letters on parchment.
Ooh,
Are they from Jasper?
I
I
have
hope
a
so.
quick read through.
Okay. As you kind of move off the false bottom and pull out some of these letters, all in very similar parchment paper, and as you kind of take a quick glance, all very similar in the writing, the handwriting on it. And as you pull off to the first one, it does say, "To my beloved, it's been
Oof.
so long. I wait to see you again." Very lovey-dovey stuff. But at the bottom, it does say, "Jasper Addletopper."
How about we
Nice.
instead of like working, why don't we just like get them back together?
We gotta parent trap these fuckers.
Now,
We're definitely asking him why they broke up, because he might actually give us answers.
Now that's just top line. If you want to investigate further, you can. If not, that's just what you see at first glance. Just you kind of get the general gist of it.
Yeah, I'm nosy. I want to know more.
Okay.
One of the reasons why she wants us to steal back
Roll
from her.
investigation then.
Mm, 16 plus 7, so 23.
Okay.
Please,
As you start to
Louise.
shuffle through, you do notice that there are dates on some of these, and as you start to go through, you see that the top one is very old, and you start to and you skip, almost like skipping to the end of the story. You skip to the very last one, and with that, you get the basic gist of the last letter says,
Fuck you.
Fuck you. No, that doesn't say that. The basic gist of the last letter says, "Why did you not show up? I waited and waited. What I thought was to be a special evening for the both of us turned out to be one of the saddest days of my life."
Oh.
Oh.
My heart.
I know you think we can't make this work. But sometimes the reward is worth the risk. That's kind of like the general gist of the letter that you get at the very end.
From Jasper to the pirate lady?
Yes.
Oh goodness, where to begin? Growing up in a bunker alone with only her father and her mechanical dragon, Misfit, Ilona Lewin often felt isolated and alone for the first 24 years of her existence. Forbidden from venturing into the apocalyptic wasteland she was told lay beyond the bunker door, she often dreamed of having her own adventures. After her father left one day and never returned, she had no choice but to leave home and was enthused to discover the world that she thought had been destroyed was so alive. There was so much beauty, so much wonder, so many new friends to meet, and Ilona wasn't going to waste any time. She set off with nothing but her father's coat and her mechanical best friend to find answers to so many of the questions she had. Did bees really have leaves? What did the ocean look like? I wonder if there are actually fish larger than dragons, like I've read about. There were so many adventures to be had. So why had her father locked her away and kept her from knowing such a wonderful and magnificent place filled with so many great people? Ilona made friends with anyone she had even half a conversation with, but soon found herself closely bonded with a group of adventurers training to be part of the Glory Hounds, a marvelous guild that she had already accidentally sort of stumbled into. But she is officially a member. Probably. Choosing to stay with these gearhearts, Ilona soon began to learn that this world was not as perfect as she first thought it to be. So many friends in this world would lie and hurt people. There was a darkness to the world that even she couldn't avoid seeing. But never fear, this girl was raised on fairy tales, stories where monsters were always slain, good always triumphs over evil, and the heroes always stand victorious. It's going to take a lot more than evil plots and devious villains to make Ilona, regret ever leaving that bunker.
Freylost Akra has always been a strong-minded sort, even from his early days among the orphans abandoned at the gates of Grimjaw's compound. He was hand-selected to undergo training to become an elite shock trooper under the God, Tyr, to maintain order throughout the known lands. He maintained this reputation during his training, holding a standing record for returning other platoons as lost flags, as well as a record for the most successful captures on training missions and the most, disciplinary paperwork for refusal of orders. He was an excellent shock trooper with a bit of a mind of his own, and may have risen high among those of lofty ideals were it not for that day. That fateful day, wherein he was ordered to take part in the summary execution of a small village of reformed criminals for not more than seeking a better life than the one levied upon them by the prisons they had slowly broken free of. You see, while the rest of his squad saw hardened criminals, Freylost saw people trying to make the most of what they had, far away from any who could come to harm for it. While the rest of his squad fell too, Freylost fell away, off into the wilds until he hit a point where he could run no more, drifting off into sleep. In his dreams, he was made an offer, a chance to understand why the world behaved the way it did, why it could be so brutal, so unforgiving, and more importantly, how he could change it. All he need do was step away from his home and squad, and continue seeking power under the guidance of this new force. He awoke with an unfamiliar mask, an unfamiliar guide, and an all too familiar need to take action.
Well, hello there. Name's Jill Ashwood Tech. My friends call me Jill. I'm a lizard folk, as you can plainly see, and this here is my introduction. I was born in what most Oskins called the Savage Swamplands. I, however, called it home, till I was run out for hunting too much. Blech. Bunch of bull. They were just jealous I was better at hunting than them. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Left swamp. Yeah. I left the swamp. Eventually found myself in the company of some soft-skinned mercs. They needed some muscle. I obliged. Spent a long time with them. Grew fond of them. And then one day, they died. A rival company, the Red Buzzards, thought we were moving in on their turf. So, they killed all of them. Except me. Thought they could make a spectacle of me. So they sent me over to an arena to fight forever till I died. I wasn't happy with this. So, one day, during a really nasty riot, I snuck out and escaped. I got nicked on the way out though, so had to lay low for a few months while that healed. Eventually, when I was good and ready, I heard rumors of a new merc company opening up in Azeros, so I made my way there to hide myself among them, gather some strength and information so I can kill me some red buzzards. And that's how I met the Glory Hounds.
Oh, hi. I was told to introduce myself. I'm Voltao, a 15-year-old storm chaser. My friends call me Volt. I got the nickname because I like storms. I know, shocking, right? Did I get that pun right? Is that okay? Is that good? Okay, good. Well, I'm from a small island named Akari in the Sea of Radiance. My home is known for elementals fighting off the coast every 10 years. I was on the beach for one of these fights, watching a giant snake made of clouds fighting a water elemental. After that, I was hooked. It made me want to become a storm chaser. So I headed to the mainland to see if I could find any other storms that aren't on my island. Some people tell me I get excited when I talk about storms, but what can I say? They're so cool. I really hope that I can find other people who like storms. Yeah, like crazy storms, like when the wind blows from a cold to a hot and makes a tornado that can destroy an entire village by just going through it. Wait, we're out of time? No, but it was just getting good.
Styx ain't had the easiest of lives, but what he has lived through has made him the goblin he is today. He was born and raised in this tiny village situated in the forest that surrounds the Shadowvale Mountains. Life was peaceful until the night the heroes came to visit and threw his life into darkness. Alone and afraid in a world he didn't understand, he sought shelter in the only place he could find, the ruins he had heard about as a child buried deep within the Shadowvale Mountain. Just one problem with that: the ruins weren't empty. The years passed filled with pain, fear and solitude until he was rescued by his now closest friend Kylar. This fateful day would change Styx's life forever. He was no longer alone in the world. He had friends, he had a family, he had a cause to fight for. Styx is now a blood hunter and a member of the Claret Order, those who fight against the darkness and the things that would use the darkness as a weapon. His training now complete, he has decided to travel and expand his knowledge of the world and the secrets it hides. Eventually, his travels led him to Lower Azaro and the guild hall of the Glory Hounds. Little did Styx know that this one act of accepting work would have such a big impact on his life. Styx now has some new comrades and new friends to explore the world with, and new ways to look at the world. He has found a talent for magic he didn't know about, and through this magic, his familiar, Acheron. The shadows of his past are once again looming behind Styx, but Styx knows he has friends to help him. He ain't alone anymore, and he ain't afraid anymore. He's still the same goblin he's always been, but one thing he knows for sure. It's true what they say, mate. What don't kill you can scar you for life. But the drink helps.
Persephone Sharonford Vanderoth Kearney de Renard III, fourth child of Viscount Zephyros de Renard, daughter of the House of Blades. At your service. But don't let my good breeding fool you. My family not only rules Theros with the other three houses, but we also control its military. As a child, instead of playing with dolls and learning how to arrange flowers, like my sisters, I studied combat and tactics with my brothers, and I was rather good at it. Then I discovered engineering and constructed my first firearm, Requiem. Life was going well. until I overheard my parents discussing an arranged marriage for me. Having already been thoroughly disillusioned about the bliss that is usually associated with marriage, I did the only thing I could. Claimed I was going for a long visit with Great Aunt Rosalind in Upper Azeros, took the longer route by land, and remained in Lower Azeros instead. I calculated it would be around 2 months before anyone showed up looking for me, by which time I would be long gone, a false name hiding my trail. Unfortunately, I miscalculated. Far too soon I heard that my eldest sister, Calypso, was in town looking for me. My miscalculation, father's choice and agent, and the sudden discovery that a band of thugs have been seeking to kidnap Calypso left me less than ecstatic. I had little choice but to reveal my identity to my new allies, and escort my sister back to the safety of our estate in Imbrick, hopefully drawing out the brigands in the process. So far, things are going about as well as everything else lately.
And what is your passive perception?
Passive perception, 14.
Oof.
Okay. As you've crawled into the back of the ship, made your way through the second floor, looked through some of the different dwellings, stealthily walked your way up to the second floor, waited and timed it out, and ran into the captain's quarters. As you're reading this and taking the time to read through some of the letters, and you know, you had to takes a little bit to jimmy that last false bottom. What you don't notice,
Oh no,
is a sound at the door. The only reason you'll notice a woman's voice first. With that perception, you can't necessarily make out what she's saying through the door, but you do, with that 14, at least see that there's two figures on the outside of this. This wooden door does have like these kind of glass tops to them, so you can kind of, it's this, what's that word for that? It's like that faded glass, you know, like you can't necessarily see through it. Like that textured
Tinted?
glass.
Tinted.
Frosted. It's frosted glass.
Frosted, that's the word for it, which makes sense. They are frosted glass that you can see these two figures, and you definitely hear the one woman's voice on the outside, and you do see the knob is starting to turn on the door. What would you like to do?
What do you do? What do you do?
Quickly shove the papers back in the drawer, and you said the windows were open, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Jump out the window.
Okay. Just
And
shove them all back in?
Shove the papers back in the false bottom, just close it, not bothering to lock it, shut the drawer, and leap out the window with spider climb on the outside.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for me.
Come on, baby.
Go ahead and roll for me a stealth check, just to see how stealthy you can do this.
Can he be stealthy?
I can with a 19 plus 5, so 24.
Okay.
Decent.
As you hear these sounds at the exterior of the door, you very quickly try to close the false bottom, put all the letters back in, run over to the window, jump out, and you cast spider climb on yourself, so you kind of like stick to the side of the boat.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. What do you want to do while you're out here?
Just wait underneath the window and listen.
Okay. As you jump out the window and spider climb onto the side, you hear the door open. Boom, 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 boom. You just hear footsteps walking, meandering around the inside.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum.
Just wait and listen.
Bum, 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 bum.
Boom, boom, boom. The footsteps get a little bit louder as they start to get a little closer to you. How far down below the window are you? It kind of does like crevasse down the side a little bit.
Start at the as it starts to curve down, so,
Okay.
So about 10 foot down, sort of thing.
As you're sitting there, spider climbed off to the side. Are you like 5, 10, 15?
About 10 feet down.
10 feet down, okay. With that 24, so you do see a woman figure come out to the window and kind of look around. As you look up, she just looks around real quick. You recognize this to be Malkin.
Yeah.
Closes the door.
Hold on, you said that was Malkin?
Mm-hmm. The one who was pissed off and walked back to the ship earlier.
And then I'll go back up to the window.
Okay. Okay, she walks back out.
Yeah, then I'll go back into the room.
Okay, the windows are locked now, so you're going to have to jimmy
They're locked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sleight of hand. That is a total of 19.
19. Yep. It's a very simple little latch lock. It's nothing all that crazy or extravagant. You just kind of sneak inside the 2 window openings and flank it open.
Go back in the room. Have a quick check there's no one in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And go back in, go to the drawer, lock the false bottom.
Okay. Kind of tidy up the place from where you just were? Okay, all right.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
Actually, smart move.
Check the captain's door is locked again.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Last look around the room. See if there's anything else that sticks out with the detect magic or anything invisible or anything like that. If not, go back out the window. Shutting the door behind me.
With your detect magic up.
You see the waterbed.
Where the magic happens. With the detect magic up, you didn't necessarily see this before. Because you walked into the room and started to look around the desk and the table and the bed and everything. But as you have a moment to look back around, above the door, you see almost like a, not necessarily a trident, but almost like a bident or like a staff above the door. Hold on. It is glowing.
Meringue.
Silver.
Ooh.
On the one end, you can see, now that you get a little bit closer, you start to walk up just ever so gingerly up to it. You see there's these dark sapphires along the surface of this staff. It is... Even though with your detect magic up, it doesn't necessarily say any sort of specific school of magic. It's just glowing this silver aura before. Now, you've cast detect magic where, orange is, abjuration and pink is enchantment and, all these different colors of the rainbow for the different schools. But this is the first time you've seen a magic item with this silver hue to it. And you swear... What's your passive perception again?
14.
14? Oh, okay. With that 14, you swear you can see just the slightest little bit of, like... All the windows are closed in here, but okay, weird. Oh, except for that one I came through. That is open, okay.
Okay. Leave that there for now.
Okay.
I shall leave out the window, closing it behind us and locking it again.
I'm going to ask you to make another sleight of hand check on this to try to reverse lock the window.
Yep.
Because that's going to be a little difficult.
That
You
is
can't just like...
That's a total 19.
19? It takes you a little bit, and you're a little louder than what you really like to be, but eventually you figure out a way to, like, almost like, you almost have to, like, tie a little bit of thread or string onto the end of it and, like, close the window and, it takes you a couple of tries of, oh god, okay, and then you just, like, give a little tug and just pull the little thread off of it. Even with your small goblin hands, you can't really, like, reach up and, like, flip the lock on it.
All right, just
easy
as
enough to unlock it, from one side, but hard to relock from the outside.
Just as I finish locking it and pull the string out, I go, you know what? I should really just use my each hand to myself.
Yeah.
You could have done that, yep, the whole time. And then you're like, oh gosh, snap your fingers on the inside, just blink,
Yep.
and then Take a swing at Applejacks, put it back in your satchel. Yep.
Yep. And
Job
then
well done.
Walk back down the side of the ship on the opposite side of everyone else eating and stuff like that.
Okay. Cool. So eventually, Styx will walk back into the party, probably right around the time that Alona actually starts to walk off. Actually, that would actually make a lot of sense. And Styx, as you're walking, you hear footsteps behind you. As all of maybe like 15 feet or so behind you, you do see Jillian walking up with like this big basket full of like different fruits and things. Very excitedly walking up back over towards the table. Being that it is dark, she doesn't seem to have like noticed you in the nighttime here. A lot of the candlelit torches and things are more towards the table, so is that gap between the ship and the table where there is a little bit of like that dark dead zone space there. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. I'm just kidding.
Wait, do it. You know you want to spook her.
Nah.
If I see Alona walking off by herself, I'll spook Alona instead.
Oh, she's as you're getting back to the table, she's like way up over here, walking off into the darkness.
I'm not gonna go too far.
Off onto another map completely.
Please
might
don't.
actually be back in
Azeros
by the time we get to next session.
Back in Azeros. Cool. So everyone's back on this map now.
All right. I again try to get a what's the word I was looking for? Sparring with Frey. God damn it. There we go. God dang it. Now that I'm no longer blinded by ice, weird magic drink stuff.
Faye's gonna be
Wait, you don't want to let me blind?
Yeah, Faye is very intrigued by this conversation of sparring in the middle of the night, drunken bar fight out in the field. I mean, all right, if that's what you want to do, you mind if I just watch?
Yeah.
Yeah, feel free, man.
I mean,
last time we did this shit, I knocked him unconscious right quick.
unless you're afraid to fight a lady, unless you're afraid to fight a woman, I could join into the sparring too, perhaps.
Did you miss when I was like, I'll beat the shit out of Mark? No, join us. It'll be fun.
It'll be fun. No
Should
worries.
we use the pit? I mean, I hate to just use it once.
I mean, it's already there.
All right, well, fuck it, and she'll just start walking in towards the fucking ring.
Bye.
As Juliana walks back towards Arabella,
Guess I'll start.
Where did she go? I thought we were going to make the squeezy thingies or whatever. Faye, no! She looks over towards Faye. Faye, no! Don't fight with the boys. Okay, well, don't hurt them too much.
It's all good fun.
She puts the fruit on the table. Arabella starts signing something over towards Juliana as they kind of sit down at the table. Mini heartbroken. Percy at the end of the table. Veronica kind of sits down next to Volt. Volt, you're now at the table with 3 of the ladies.
Guess I'll use. I've been with this.
You're still muted.
I'm muted. Yeah, got it.
Okay.
Was yelling at myself.
Yep.
So he's gonna nervously try to do what he does best and try to make something. So she brought a bunch of fruit. Is there still Applejacks on the table?
Well, where did Alona go? She said she was going to make this breezy squeezy thing, and then she just disappeared off nowhere.
I never said that I was going to make the breezy squeezy.
You said you didn't have the things.
I
went to go get the things, and now you're not here. So you can't even say anything. You're not even here.
I'm just clarifying. I never said I would make him a breezy squeezy.
She said she was going to make it, and now she didn't do it, Volt.
And she's had a rough week. But I could try to make something. I don't know if it's going to be as good. I could try.
You see Arabella gets very excited at that.
Okay. All right. Okay. Nervous again.
Veronica, have you drank before, Volt? You seem
No.
young to be.
Nope.
Okay, let's see that.
No, but if you just make something good and then you add the drink that everyone likes, then it should be fine, right?
Sure. Yeah, that's
Okay.
typically how
Yeah.
it works. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I will get some of the water. I will press the digitation to freeze it,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm going to try to shave ice with some fruit, and then add some apple jacks.
Okay, sure. Yeah. The fruits that she brings back are interesting. They're not the typical like strawberries and blueberries and raspberries and things. It's more of a interesting mix of more of like a tropical fruits like mangoes, bananas, like dragon fruits and things like that. Interesting. You recognize some of these kind of more tropical fruits from back home, Bolt, on your island. This is more of a tropical fruits that they found.
Well, I can work with these.
I don't even know where we got these from, but I mean, this is what the best I could find under the circumstances.
I haven't seen these in a very long time.
Everyone is equal.
Are you familiar with these fruits?
Yeah. Some of these grow on my island.
Very good.
All right. So let me give this a try.
Yes, please, by all means.
All right. And I will. I don't know what you want me to roll for that.
So, let's go ahead and have you roll.
I have cooking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go ahead.
I have cooking, tinkers, thieves, and smiths. What do you want?
Let's have you go ahead and roll a. I don't think you've seen anyone really mix drinks before for even a history check.
No, that's why I'm making ice cream and adding a drink to it.
Yep. Go ahead and roll just a straight wisdom check. Actually, intelligence. We'll do intelligence.
Okay, that's good. 17 plus 4, so 21.
And a performance check. This is just for presentation.
Ooh, 19 plus 4. 23.
Ooh. Nice. Not having a clue of what you're doing, but have
Showing
seen
off.
enough
That's,
things.
yep.
Just like I've seen someone flip this before. So you start like flipping things, and you like kind of almost drop it, but you catch it in like an accidental cool way. And
Bubbles is saving me.
Freeze some of the ice, and you use Bubbles to kind of shave some of the ice. He's over there trying to help as best as he can. He uses little mechanical claws to like tick 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 into the ice. Again, taking some of like the mangoes and the dragon fruits. You know well enough with the fruits from your island that a lot of the stuff you could eat it, sure, but you know it's all in the juice. So you also use Bubbles to kind of like use his mechanical strength of like the combustion of the arms and things to squeeze almost like a press squeezing into a tennis ball or something, and all the juice starts to come out and you start to catch it, and you kind of look around the table for like little garnish pieces. You just find like a little like basil leaf from something, just put in there. I don't even know if it makes sense, but mint or whatever. And actually, in the
Saw
end,
it in a book.
When you put it into the glasses, there's this interesting kind of like yellow, orange, red kind of separation between it, with all the ice and things. The ladies are like, this looks pretty good. This is very impressive. You see Arabella's over there like, good job with her hands and things. It's like, I'm excited.
Full red, but just hands them out.
She looks them over. Are you not going to have one yourself? It'd be a shame for you not to partake.
I'll have one with none of the alcohol in it. I don't know how.
Come on, Volt. You're out here. This could be your first drink. This is she's going to roll a persuasion check.
You should have advantage for the
100%
that this small child has had.
Quick question. I think we haven't fixed this yet. It's not 20 feet, if I remember correctly. It's like 15. Trying to think. For this like pole attack, because we haven't fixed it yet.
Go
I
ahead.
think there's...
Actually, roll an insight check.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I have to roll it against the DM to figure out what he wants me to do.
A 9.
Okay. So as you're trying to, no, I shouldn't. This is bad. I just wanted to make the drinks. You look at Veronica, and just something about the way that she's coaxing you into it. There's this kind of aura that just comes off of her, and you're like, you know what? All of your guard comes down. You're out here. You can't get in trouble. There's no cops or something that's gonna get you caught for underage drinking or something. It's just out here.
He wasn't even worried about that. He was worried about the crystal in him is what he's more worried about.
Doesn't even think about that. It all just fades away. It all just fades away.
He'll make himself one.
As hold on. Just so you guys can see what she's doing.
Yes. Corrupt the, like...
And just starts to charm
mid-teens
you into...
weapon of war over there.
wanting to just drink with the ladies, and you all put up your glasses in the middle and cheers, and go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
As your first drink is with the Black Crescent Moon Pirates of the Sky.
27.
Oh, not
I have a
bad.
plus
It
8
actually
to
tastes
con.
pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. Just hanging out. All the girls are drinking with you, and you kind of look off to the side as two of your party members engage in the squared circle, the squircle. Did I say that right? The squirtle? The squircle.
Squircle,
Yeah,
yes.
the squircle. Yeah, click on
So Styx has made his way back. Styx, you see Volt partaking in alcoholic beverages with 3 of the pirates at the table. You look off to the side and see 2 of your party members in the squared squircle with one of the other pirate ladies. You see Percy at the other end of the table. I don't know what she's doing. And you just get a tail end of Ilona kind of traversing off into the side here by yourself.
Mentally say to Volt, get in there, boy.
Oh, God.
And then start making my way over to Ilona.
Okay. Ilona, do you want to be found, or are you just kind of getting off into the side by yourself?
Yeah, I'm just taking in the sights alone.
Okay.
Misfits with you. You're not alone. You're never alone.
Never
Oh,
alone.
nice.
As I pass Percy, I'll say, whisper to her, I've had a look at the ship. I'll talk later. And then,
Alona, as long as you don't leave this plane of existence, we should still be able to talk. Don't walk off too far. Goes to the Feywild. No.
What
Just
tree do I walk
Shadowfell,
through?
even more no.
Alona would be the one to find the Feywild of just random planes.
Just walking around.
Oh, why did you?
Follows a rabbit.
I always roll initiative in the game, so it's fine.
Follows a rabbit.
Yeah.
What did you guys get?
I have not rolled yet. I'm pulling it up right now. I just want to see.
Get-
I just want to see where everyone else is at first before we get into any of that stuff.
We
No
don't need to
worries.
run it either. If you want to do it, if it's like our sake of brevity.
Sake of brevity, we
It's
could
up to
just
you.
be like, it's up to you
I'm
what
just
you
pulling
want
up
to
her
do.
sheet in the meantime.
I rolled a 5.
Cool.
Oh Jesus!
5.13.
I am taking into account my my tiebreaker.
I get to go first? What the fuck?
Yep. All right. So, before we get into all that, Ilona,
Hmm.
as you walk off into the side, Misfit walking alongside of you. Is everything okay?
Oh.
Everything is perfectly fine.
Yeah, he'll insight check that. I need you to roll insight for Misfit for me, please.
Yeah, okay.
And I don't know if you're persuading or deceiving your mechanical pal, but I'm gonna need you to roll that too.
Ew.
Yeah, she's fine.
Okay, well, I mean, just seemed like something was wrong. Guess we'll just keep walking then.
Yeah, just going for a walk.
Okay. We
You
don't
can-
usually get to talk a lot. Do you want to talk about anything, or just want to walk, or?
I mean, you can go play with your new owl friend if you want. I feel bad that I'm keeping you away from them, so you can go play if you want. I'm not going far.
Not fair. You told him to go say hello.
No, it seems like you need me more than some owl, so I'll just go with you.
It's your choice, whatever you want to do.
Just keeps walking alongside of you. Is there anything
I'll
you
just find a
like to do?
just find a tree and sit down,
Okay, are you doing
and then
anything?
I'll just nope. I'll just watch the fight.
Okay. The Squircle.
All right, so free for all. Gotcha.
Yep. Unless he hears otherwise.
I mean, I wasn't gonna team up. I was just wondering if you wanted to make things go quicker, or did you want to just fucking fight everyone?
Fucking fight.
All right, we're fighting. All right, let's go.
Okay. Do you guys want to play this fight out, or do you want to do a theater of the mind fight?
What do you want to do, Frey?
It's almost midnight here. I know we usually try to wrap up here shortly, so I think we should probably just do a quick theater of the mind type deal.
Okay.
All right, let's
So
do that.
Let's go ahead and have everyone roll. Do 4 d20s, just straight up 4 d20s. No
All right.
modifiers, just 4 d20s.
Fuck yeah, I rolled real well. Alright.
1 sec.
Take your time.
Ooh, a nat 20 in there. Nice.
Okay.
A lot of 6s tonight. It's very unfortunate.
Okay. So, as you guys all step into the Squircle here, and the fight ensues, you see that Faye actually runs kind of in between both of you as you guys start to run towards each other. Almost like there's this unspoken bond between the two of you, like, we never get to fight each other except for sparring. Let's just go at it. So you guys run towards each other, and as you guys run towards each other, she slips in between both of you and tries to like punch up towards Frey and kick over towards Jill.
She's a monk.
She's a drunken monk.
And as she does, Jill, she actually cracks towards Frey, but as she goes to go towards Frey and misses, Frey comes up underneath and takes, I don't know, what weapon do you want to use?
Probably gonna be I mean, he always goes with the boom hammer at this point.
Boom hammer, just right into the side. Ah! She cries out in pain, and as you do that, Jill comes over the top with his glaive that he usually goes for, and actually comes down towards her as well. So even though you guys are going towards each other, and she gets in the middle, tries to like fight both of you at the same time, you both hit into her, even though they were both intended for the two of you. The second round, as this is going on, she kind of like bobs and dips and weaves as you guys continue to exchange blows. But as the seconds continue to pass by, she's not really landing any punches. She gets a couple in here, guys, here and there. One time, Frey, you actually go to swing at her, and she moves out of the way, and you punch Jill just right in the face with your free hand. And as the fight continues, you actually, Jill, take your glaive, bop her in the back of the chin. She just steadfast in the air, falls back. And in that moment, Frey takes this opportunity to swing towards you. I need the both of you guys to roll one more d20, just straight up. So you clock her in the back with your glaive, as you've done numerous times before with like your bonus action hit. Frey comes around with the boom hammer, seizing his opportunity. As he comes down with a strike, you take your glaive and block it, and use the momentum to kind of swing it off to the side, and then come up underneath and just like kind of uppercut with the backside of your glaive, and Frey, you go whoa, just flying backwards as well as Faye and Frey both. She kind of spits out some blood to the side as Jill's just standing there.
I hold up hand. 1 for 1. 1 for 1. Don't forget the fight pit.
Yep. No worries.
I don't know what that means, but I'm seeing 2 crocodiles now.
No, I'm still just a guy.
Well, that was fun. I think I lost a tooth. She's kind of like looking in the dirt in the middle of the dirt, the brown, here, trying to look for. I definitely lost a tooth. I can't find it.
I will.
Let me know. I'll help you out.
I'll help her find it and then ask her if she wants to trade teeth, since I still have some of my teeth that got knocked out of my mouth.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
I'm terrible at these. I got a 15 though.
She actually crit on investigation of all the time.
Nice.
So she's like, as you're standing there, she's like, "Oh, move your big foot," and as you move your giant crocagator foot out of the way, there's a tooth on the ground. She holds it up. There it is.
I offer to trade it for one of my teeth.
All right, yeah, sure. She hands you over her tooth.
I just walk up like, yo, you want that actually like grafted in your mouth? I can do it.
No.
I can do it.
Are you talking to her or him?
I'm talking to her.
Okay. I don't know what I would do with a crocodile tooth.
Look badass,
Let me one more. I need to get more drunk before I do anything like that. Hold on. Let's go have one. On me. And she'll just like start walking you guys back over to the table.
Is she like a regular lady or is she like a halfling?
She is a human.
Alright, human tooth it is.
Human tooth it is. Alright.
What about you, Jill? You want that just like grafted in your mouth? I don't know if it'll like.
I feel my mouth. I assume my teeth are already growing back because I'm a fucking croc. Yeah. So yeah, no, it's too late.
No fun.
Well, that was fun. No one ever fights me around here. We always just go out, robbing and stealing people that are super weak. And
man, you got some moves. I saw you duck that swing and just like bat Jill right in the face. It was great.
The drunker I get, the more agile I get. It's very odd, but no.
Oh, okay, I see. So you were trying to stall on the drink and get us more fucked up so you could win. So I know your methods.
I mean, it is a bar fight, right? I mean, we don't really have a bar here, but I mean, it's kind of the idea.
Effectively, I guess you got a point.
Had I not been cured by Frey, that would have been a very tough fight.
I help.
So how exactly do you put a tooth in mouth? As she's like holding it in, it's like this large crocodile tooth, like she's trying to like jab it into like where the incisor
right.
goes.
So like, just put it in place and let me know when you're ready.
Hold on. Alright, how do I do it?
I just like tap her on the shoulder and lay on hands.
Oh! She kind of like wiggles it back and forth. You can see now that like it can't go anywhere else but like kind of like out the upper side of the lip there. This large like kind of like this now.
Almost look kind of half.
Do I look good?
Yeah. Almost like you got some like orcish blood in you, the tusks, but like
perception or
sharper.
deception. I mean persuasion or deception. Which one are you going for there?
Persuasion.
Insight check. That's comment. And rolled really high. You better be telling the truth.
I rolled really low, total of 5, but I am telling the truth. As far as he's concerned.
I'll take your word for it. I mean, does it make me look tougher though?
Well, I think so. Shit, I don't want to get bit.
Looks over towards Jill.
Does it make her look tougher?
That's up
Hold
to
up.
you.
I have an idea. I'm gonna dig through my inventory and look for my top hat with disguise.
Okay.
Put that on my head, and then just make myself a mirror of her.
As the illusion starts to coalesce over, she's like, "Oh, it is tough. Oh, hey.
Pretty nifty, right?
Is that how big it is?"
Yeah, about. I mean, I'm not a perfect artist, but this supposedly makes up for
It's
that.
almost going up my nose.
Well,
I
mean, we
pick
can
my
file
nose
it
with
down.
this thing. That's gross. That's not very lady like. No, never mind.
We can file it down, probably. I think that's
No,
the thing you can
leave
do.
it here. It's nice.
All right.
Juliana, check it out. She like turns over. It's like, ah! This large crocodile tooth is just jabbing out of her mouth. Arabella's like, what the hell is that? Put it in hands. Closed caption. Hell is blanked out with an asterisk star on it. It's just H star LL.
Excellent.
She has a
Good.
curse.
She does signing for like 5 minutes and it's just one word.
But it's all the symbols and things, so it's not actually a cuss word.
How do you sign censor asterisks?
I don't know.
Just write you hand sign star multiple times.
Your hands just randomly get blurry, like nobody knows how it happens. It's just
Even
I
better.
can't read what you're saying. It's just all asterisks at the bottom. Love it. They get blurry. I like it. All right.
Well,
So, Alona's off by herself. She watched the fight. Faye and the girls are back at the table with Volt, drinking a Breezy Squeezy 2.0.
It's just fruit concoction.
Fruit concoction.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there?
I don't know how to make the.
Anything else anyone would like to do for this evening?
This is a freezy squeezy, actually.
Ooh.
Get it because there's ice cream in it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Easy squeezy. I
Clever.
like that.
Oh, is Lona not at the table?
No.
No.
She's actually the only one
I'm
not there.
I'm sitting under a tree. I'm not far.
Kind of like look around and think
Would I-
real
would I
hard
be
because I
able to-
don't spot her anybody. I just think, hey Lona, you good? Where you at?
I'm under a tree.
There's a lot of trees.
Yeah, it's fine. I can still see you guys.
I'm just gonna. I saw which way she went because
Right.
passive perception is super high, so I'm just gonna like point that way.
Can I send Bubbles holding one of the freezy breezies
Squint.
and try to find Alona?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, you would have easily saw where she went as you were sitting.
So I'm just gonna send Bubbles holding one out to go to her.
I squint in the direction Percy's pointing until I spot him and just like wave.
Yeah, I've gone over to the same tree, but gone behind it, climbed up it, and sat in the boughs above Alona.
Stealthily, that you don't want her to notice.
Yep.
Go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Alona's getting stalked now without even knowing.
Not if 6 is doing it.
How often do you realize you're being stalked?
All
right
the time.
away? Like,
Constantly.
Oh, that's
yeah, lots of
Hey.
mirrors.
22
Stalk
total.
myself.
I mean, my passive. My passive is like 11. So
Fair enough. Okay. She's just hanging out under a tree. Misfit's just kind of curled up next to her. Homie's off in like one of the lower branches, just kind of look down on her. Seems to be sitting there, hanging out. As this is all going on, the captain, at the end of the second festivities, well, this has been quite a fun evening. We've had 2 fights for the price of 1. I think it's time for me and my girls to perhaps call it for the evening. This has been pleasantly fun. As she kind of like just puts her hand on Volt's shoulder as she stands up.
Yep.
Just a yep.
I will leave you, gearhearts, to your rest of the night, as perhaps we can meet up again in the morning, as she looks towards Percy, with any sort of continued conversations and answers, yes?
Yes, please.
Am I tuned to my ring yet?
Yeah, by now, yeah.
Looking at Volt,
Eat the
is he
table.
like
Do it. Just go over
enamored
and
of
take a
the
big bite
whole
out.
crew, or like is he just been?
Which one?
There's one.
Which one?
But it's obvious which one.
Which one?
The one with the giant owl on her shoulder.
That's fair. Owls are pretty baller.
One final toast before we leave, as she holds up her freezy breezy.
Is the cup I have wooden?
Yeah.
So, before Faye has an opportunity to pour some of her brew in, I pour Duskwood in hers, and then mine too.
Make a sleight of hand check on that.
I'm not trying to be sneaky about it. I'm just
Oh.
like, I got this.
What is this? What are you pouring
It's a
in here
Duskwood.
now?
You gotta try it. Like I said, this is the rare shit.
All right, fair enough. And Veronica will say, to future endeavors. And she'll hold up her freezy squeezy.
I will toast with my cup of water because I'm not drinking
Why not?
anymore tonight.
Future endeavors.
Just
So
toss
take a
that
drink.
shit back.
All right, go ahead and make a con save for people drinking the hard shit.
I'm gonna actually give them all access to my aura too, so they all add a +3 to it.
Nice.
Got a 22.
Oh God, she did not do good.
Oh no.
12.
Oh, she's safe.
She's not dead,
Yeah.
so that's
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. Woo! Christ!
Yeah, right.
That put some hair in places I didn't know I had. That's pretty good. Woo!
You sure you're not actually a half orc? I mean, you
what
get
do you
the.
call this again?
It's Duskwood.
Duskwood. I'll have to pry a bottle off of you when we part ways.
I mean, this is
Fair
all I
exchange
got
for
left.
a bottle of
man.
Cloud Fang. I think it's only fair.
Oh, fuck yeah! I mean, this isn't full though, so like,
Wow.
it's all I got. But
Anyway, I drink my water and then I eat the cup.
But-
You'll see. Who was the one who said they don't believe you? Was it Julie?
It was Faye.
It was
It was
Faye.
Faye.
Watches as you eat the cup. Oh, there we did it. Oh, okay, all right.
oh
All
yeah.
right.
But then I proffer the remaining bottle of Duskwood.
It makes for easy cleanup, doesn't it? He just eats everything else that's left over. So.
I mean, we're trying not to do it in
Quite
society,
expensive.
but
Yeah, but he's also like a really good chef as well.
it's weird.
Makes
man.
a good
I don't
chair
get
leg
it.
or like a
No,
like
he
an
made
end
the
table.
he made the meatloaf.
Does it have wood in it? She kind of looks over at the wood, meatloaf, see if there's any like splinters.
No, not at all.
She'll eat them. If I recall, you roll pretty good, so it does taste good. That doesn't taste like wood at all. It tastes like Is there a bit of carrots in there or something? I can't really tell. Some sort of vegetables.
It was rabbit.
What's this meat made of?
Jackrabbit.
I never had jackrabbit meatloaf. That's pretty good.
All that's around here is
It's a
jackrabbit.
visionary, really. He made a bunch of like jerky out of some big bug things we killed.
You stick to chair legs and just keep making good meatloaf like this. Are we going to see you all in the morning then?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, probably.
Probably
have to talk about stuff.
Then I kind of lean over and whisper to in face ear conspiratorially, if you make sure Arabella's there, you'll definitely see Volt. Then just lean away.
Oh, all right. All right. Well then. All right, ladies. Let's leave them to the rest of their evening, yes? And she'll just start to walk off as the rest of the Black Crescent Moon ladies follow after her. Okay.
As soon as they walk far enough away, yeah, Volt's head's hitting the table.
You okay?
It was a lot.
A lot of
food.
Yeah, food and drinks. It was a lot.
You want
Look a
some
little
water?
sniff over there, buddy.
Looking at Frey, just full panic eye contact.
I'm just grinning. Look a little stiff over there, buddy.
Oh, I was just talking about.
All right, well.
So we're gonna talk about whatever if we're joining.
Yeah, let's go
For
back
airship?
to the Styx's tower thing, and I pick up a chair and start eating it on our way back.
Yes, somewhere that we are sure they are not listening.
I could set up a dome. They can't listen in on that.
Whatever is secure, I know a few.
So we can do the tower, and then we could do the dome in the tower.
That works.
All right, let's go. Styx, where are you hiding?
Hey, Lona, you coming? and
Yeah, no,
telepathically.
I'm right behind you.
No, you're in front of us right now.
Did you try the drink? Did I do it right?
Do what right?
She did not try the drink, but she will say it. I mean, it looks like everyone enjoyed it, so yes, you did it perfectly.
So Bubbles comes back with a full drink.
I mean, she took it. It's just now. It's just melted now.
Gross, melted ice cream.
So, tower, bubble.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll
Eating
drop
a
down.
chair.
I'll drop down from the tree next to Alona.
Scoosh.
God, Styx!
Hello.
Stop
Jonah.
doing that.
What?
You see Misfit hop up.
Get him, Misfit.
Come on.
Don't actually get him.
He'll playfully like leap over sticks and just miss.
Yep. I'll playfully jump to the side and give him a tap on his butt.
So did we ever say telepathic bond? Everyone hears it, or can you be specific to a person?
It doesn't say that you can't be specific, so it's up to you.
All right, we've been kind of playing that you can't be specific, so we can keep going with that.
But at this point, it would have dropped. It's been more than an hour.
Okay, cool.
Okay, buddy, give me 10 minutes. I got you. You get a voice in this as well. I look at Homie and Bubbles later.
No, definitely do it now.
I don't have enough.
Come on, man.
I don't have
Look
enough.
it up. Oh.
I'd have to do it twice.
But like even with just us?
Yeah, I'll just do it with us and Misfit.
But Homie and Bubbles. I want to hear Bubbles talk.
We
Go
do
to
that.
we go to Styx tower.
Yeah, I'll set the
I
tower
mean,
up.
if we're doing all of them, then there's the Warg Machine and Icarus as well.
Yes. I think I can get a...
My life for Day Renard.
That's what his voice was.
Yeah, 8 willing creatures. So me and 7 others.
6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Icarus.
So Icarus.
Warg machine.
Yeah, that guy.
I think that
Kind of
just
concerned
hits.
about what Warg Machine sounds like. Not gonna lie.
Oh god, a 3D image. What is that?
Oh, that's so cool.
Hacks.
That. I mean,
There's a
by
tower.
perspective, that means that
If
the
we
tower's
weren't
on
being
its
noticed
side.
before, we're being noticed now.
Oh, 100%.
Hey, there's a tower there.
Oh,
Stick sneezed the tower out.
Looks a lot more 3D than it used to.
Which one do you like better, that one or that one?
That's
Well,
a
The
seed
left
machine.
one. Yeah,
Weird.
the left one.
Always like the always remember your first. Okay.
Where
There you go.
did the
One
door
moment,
go?
guys. I got this.
You gonna draw?
Oh no.
Bam! It's a square with a top.
How are you doing that so fast?
By being a god.
Oh, okay, there you go. I see where you're going. Yep, one more. Bloop. Mm-hmm. Give me some holes.
Where's the door?
Let's go through. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I think they're going the wrong
Okay.
way.
Well, while the tower is erecting itself, is there anything else that you
why?
guys would like to do?
I think we're just having a conversation at that point.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'd be, if I'm not doing the dome, since we're going to use our eyebrow talk, I'll do the bond instead.
Okay. You guys are all eyebrowed.
Yep.
What would you guys like to talk about?
Very first thing I think to myself is, so Black Crescent Moon, like the storybook guys.
Yes. Maybe.
What storybook
They
people?
were the ones that remember the feud that we helped with in Azeros. They were the ones that kidnapped the children.
Yeah, and Alona told me that they were like previously they featured heavily in the book about fuck,
The
my
Knights.
brain is not working
So
right now.
Frederick Belmont, the Black Knight of Augustine.
That's the one. Yes, I'm sorry. I've had a lot to drink tonight.
Yeah, but she did say that they were changing to like turn a new leaf.
And she also dodged and really answering the question of how much autonomy are we going to have.
Yeah, she kind of dodged like a lot of questions. Not
I
gonna lie.
asked it several times and she dodged proper answer each time.
I mean, I'd be down to like contract on big jobs if she needs one, but I don't think I want to join up entirely. Also, I still think Jasper's pretty cool. And if he thinks she's unreasonably cold, she probably is when she's not trying to make nice.
If we did decide to join up with these pirates, I would definitely want in writing the details of our agreement.
Well, one moment here. Sticks, what'd you find out?
I'll go over the lay of the ship. We've got the cargo area, the crew quarters. They're down below. There's the hatch that leads to the engine room.
Anything unusual?
There was a machine room. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's all
then,
grand and fantastic, but I'm more like about what their operations are, like any mission information, documents about where they might be going.
the documents that I did find were all love letters between Jasper and her.
Oh, spicy.
I'll
I
relay
do
the
want
last
to
one.
ask him about her.
Yeah. It seems like she ended it with him from the sounds of it.
And like, I had another thought on this. Have we considered literally just asking Jasper, giving him the context, and going in as moles? Like, that's a thing we could do.
Well, I
think-
want to.
Like transform in the moles, or
No.
No,
spies.
Joe. I don't really know. I'd really want to do that, but
I was considering that we say we will think about gathering this locket, and if we do get it, then we'll meet them at some appointed date, at some appointed time, and if we don't show up, then that means that we decided against it. That way we still have time to consider it and talk to Jasper, because I want to get some more answers, and
Yo, if we go on there even as moles, we could just straight up get an airship. Like she said she was going to give us one.
Yes.
Do you really want an airship, though?
Not really.
Yes.
They seem like a nightmare to maintain. It's the kind of thing that you really want your friends to have without you having it. You know, like an actual boat
It.
or a pool. Those things are a pain in the ass.
It would be a nice replacement for Tina.
Tina. Oh,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
Tina.
Yeah.
The tank.
Mm-hmm.
Look, if we're considering it, we're going to have like a month's worth of travel on foot to think about it. Between getting back to Imbrick and then getting from Imbrick back to Azeros.
Exactly.
So we've got plenty of time to think about joining them either way.
I feel like, considering you have more pressing matters, it's totally fair to say, well, we can't even get the locket anytime soon, so we'll consider it and decide later and either arrange for a way to communicate or arrange a day and time. And then we talk to Jasper and figure out what exactly is going on and see what we can do about that.
I mean,
I
I
think
can
that's-
tell you all that he knows.
Oh.
Oh, did he go into everything with you?
They dated for a while, they were in love, they planned a dinner, he was going to propose, and she stood him up, and he never found out why.
Oh.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Didn't even have the decency to send him a fucking letter, so I don't fancy doing business with her.
Well,
at all.
she's kind of keeping it all. Oh man, she's fucking weird. I don't get it.
So I'm going to be devil advocate, but like, what happens if she had to and she can't tell him? Why does that automatically make her the bad person?
Considering her comment to me, I believe that she may have discovered that he was going to propose and she doesn't want to be married.
She's kind of
tell
obsessive
him
about like
no.
freedom.
Then tell him no. She wasn't obliged. She wasn't contractually obligated. No one was forcing her into it. They were in love. They dated.
She got scared and ran.
That's still
it.
no excuse. So she's a coward. So we would be working for a coward who's too afraid to approach the man that she abandoned to get back a locket that means so much to her.
His heart would have been broken either way.
I mean, I'm with Alona though. Better be straight up about it.
Well, I agree. Point is, it was a lose-lose situation.
As someone who has been lied to countless times, and the truth has been hidden from me countless times, it's better to know up front. It's better to be told to your face what's going on rather than find out.
Yeah. Simplicity. Usually being straight with people is usually the best way to go.
I mean, you all know way more and understand way more about this world than I do, so if you all decide to side with her, then that's fine, but it means that we will be breaking the contract with the Glory Hounds.
Well, I mean, I think you kind of hit something important here, though. Like, the way someone interacts with the people around them, especially those they consider important, tells you a lot about their character. And I'm not so sure about someone who's going to get cold feet at the first sign of, like, major commitment.
Yeah, but at the same time, when we've spoken to her, she's rescued and saved all her crew. She helped raise them and bring them out of their situations.
Picked up, manipulated, and groomed a bunch of girls off the streets to become pirates in her criminal empire. You mean
that just sounds like any any organization in the world to me. That's now
right. Literally happened with the Grimjaw's compound with me.
Yeah.
Literally,
it's like we have the contract with the Glory Hounds, but that's just work when we want to work. And under the stipulation of when the Glory Hounds call us, we have to go. If there's an emergency that the Glory Hounds need us for, we have to go. So it's going to be the same with these. We do the work that we want to do. And if there's a big emergency that involves all of the black faces, then they ask a call for arms. It's just the same as what the guild asks.
But it's not the same because we don't know what their allegiances or where their loyalties lie.
We don't know all the Glory Hounds' allegiances.
We don't, but we have seen their call to action, and it was to help people.
I've seen a call to action, and she helped people.
What?
The only call to action I saw was them defending their own building.
What?
During the war.
Ray's very confused.
All they did was defend their own place.
Are you talking about the Glory Hounds?
Yes.
Look, there were people in the Glory Hounds that died that day.
Yes.
And you may not have known them, but I did.
We also were the
So
only ones on the street.
if you're saying that they acted selfishly, then I take offense to that. Because they were good people.
Yeah, but you're assuming that these people aren't good people.
Based on...
Nothing, honestly.
Based on what I know about her. What I know about her is
What
that
you
Jasper,
heard from someone else.
Jasper, a good and trusted friend.
He was also pained by the separation, so he's going to be slightly biased towards her as well. Matters of the heart have an influence on how we see things in the world.
And you're also a little hurt about being lied to, so if he points that out, you're going to stick to it.
Another tidbit. She did give me a little bit more information about the situation with Calypso and claimed that it was Earl Elmdack, that the Earl of House of Rhodes, that had dealt with her, asking her to kidnap Calypso. He's the one behind that.
Another link to the cult of Lolth up there, then.
Yes. But that just adds another twist in that they wanted her for something concerning Lolth. They arranged this sham of a marriage, and then they also wanted her for something. There's much more going on with this than we thought. And she offered to help us entrap him, essentially. That she would claim that she had second thoughts about it, and then would go from there and see if we can't prove that he's behind this. Maybe catch him in the act, stop whatever it is before he can actually do it.
I'm all for just doing it ourselves.
I mean, we could. He's probably got
different
something
plan.
incriminating in his household.
Yes.
I thought we were just gonna like beat him up, but that's just me.
That might be a little straightforward, but I like the plan. There's
I'm all
just the
for,
consequences afterwards that might be a bit of a pain in the ass.
Like, I'm all for being a pirate or whatever you guys want to do, but I'd rather just stay on the ground. So if we did just do that, I'm okay with that.
Oh, if you're worried about the crashing, I can build you a parachute or your own solar surfer.
I don't know what either of those.
Propagator surfing through the air, that would be incredible.
Croc surfing?
Alone
No,
and
that'd
I
be
can perhaps,
that'd be on a crocodile surfing a crocodile. Never mind. Continue.
Alone of Volt and I can perhaps make you wings.
You could always just have bubbles make you fly.
What?
What if we put a rocket engine in your leg?
How
Like the
would that
fake
even
one.
work?
It would be unbalanced.
Poorly. So we cut off the other leg and then put one in.
I like my leg though.
But wouldn't you like to be able to fly with rocket legs?
I would rather attach it to his helmet, to be honest.
I mean, that seems easy enough too. You just put one of the boosters in the actual leg and then attach the other one to the leg part of his other piece of armor.
You never took physics, did you?
I think we're getting a little sidetracked.
What's physics?
We're actually talking about.
So my say is just get her like, maybe we'll talk later, and then we just go do our stuff, and then we'll decide when we get back to Azeros or whatever. This is me putting off getting onto an airship, but
I do say that we should sort of play her game and don't give clear answers when we don't want to, and say that we will consider it after we have completed our current tasks. So we have more pressing matters at the moment than to collect the locket. And yeah,
Kind of got a couple of lockets to collect.
yeah, let's do that.
I am fine with not joining.
Same.
If we do join, I am only alright with that if we get in writing the details of what is expected, what sort of compensation. I want full autonomy.
Lost me at writing.
I mean, like, not to rain on your parade here, but who exactly enforces contracts on pirates?
Pirates, yeah.
Well, that's fair.
When it really came down to it, we could probably just, like, fuck up the ship and leave.
I believe pirates. Well, I guess that's not all of them. It's more of a romanticized version. If we have it in writing, then they cannot claim otherwise. We can use that for mutiny against her, perhaps convincing her crew to turn, that if she's not willing to keep her word with us, who says that she'll keep her word with any of them?
I mean, again, there's that whole thing where she's been kind of like grooming them to be part of her pirate crew, but also I was kind of hoping to get them talking tonight about their perceptions of the captain after we got some drinking done, but that cloud stuff hits harder than I expected.
Yeah.
Also, Veronica called off the party real quick.
I don't know, it's been like a few hours.
A few hours? You ever...
Well, if we didn't get anything else out of this, at least we got to screw with Malkin.
Yeah.
That was harsh. That was real harsh. I thought you were trying to, like, improve relations, and then you're just gonna go and, like, spit on her, basically. That was...
I never said I was doing it to improve relations.
That was the whole point of the fight.
If she's going to screw with us, then I'm going to put her in a place.
I'm pretty sure the whole fight was to make it even, to let her know that it wasn't just us beating her up, and then you won, and then you beat her up mentally too.
It was a
little, yeah, it was a little too much.
I think it was great. It might come back to bite us later, but I think it was great.
I take a bite out of the chair.
She would have only been happy if she won.
Yes, but then you shut her down by winning, which was great. And then you were like, "Hey, I won. Suck it," and then walked away.
Sounds about right to me.
Which really kind of kills the whole mutiny idea in general. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, yeah, she would not side with us, but the others could see reason.
They seem neat.
I also noticed that the rest of the crew sort of was. They didn't seem like they were given much leeway or courtesy. It seemed like it was all men that did the heavy lifting, and it's women in charge, and I'm sure they could be convinced, I believe, if they're treated poorly.
I mean, if they're like those mooks that we beat up alongside Malkin, they wouldn't be a huge help, but yeah, I guess.
Well, I think we should just sleep on it.
Yes.
Who wants to take first watch?
I mean, I think it's a pretty solid no,
implicitly.
but...
and see how it goes. Because if we can let her think that we are siding with her and get an airship out of it.
I don't know. I think at this point, like, the unknowns, the questionables, and the cons really outweigh the few pros that we know would be coming. Consistent pay is nice and all, I guess, but I mean, the airship is obviously not going to fly for Jewel. Get it? Not going to fly. Airship. You didn't like airships? You didn't like flying? I'm great.
I throw the rest of the chair at him. That shatters because it's like made of plywood.
But like, shitty jokes aside, I'm just not overly impressed. I think the people under her are nice people. So I'd rather not fight him if we can avoid it. Minus Malkin, we can fuck her up whenever. But yeah.
We'll just say a maybe, and then we'll just leave and probably not give her a solid answer.
Well, but then we're doing the exact thing that, like, well, not the exact thing, but a very similar thing to what she did to Jasper, and we just went over how that's just rude.
You know what? Yeah, let's just say no.
It's not exactly the same because she just never showed up. She ghosted him. But if we say we cannot decide while there's more pressing matters.
She's a ghost?
I mean, that just sounds like a decision to me.
Yeah, but isn't one of the pressing matters we're having is the thing she said she could help us with?
We don't know what's going on in Imbric yet.
Then we're gonna beat up the road guys.
Yeah, but if we get there and we need allies and we decided not to take allies because we were worried, then we're in the same creek we were in both places we've been to.
Well, we can't exactly get the help. She's not going to help us with this before we prove ourselves, and we can't go all the way back to Azeroth just to get this locket, and then come back and then go to Imbric. That we don't have time.
There is literally no time. We go beat up House Roads guys, and then we're good.
So what we should have done the first time we were there? That was the plan of the first time, but we all didn't want to do that because we wanted to get more information. We've left and gotten no information.
Got some. We didn't.
We have the same. We knew he was a bad person.
But we didn't have the connection to the plot against Calypso.
There's also something really pressing as well, although I don't recall if Lona ever told us what it was exactly. We got a text from someone in the household, and that's why we were heading back that way to begin with.
Oh yeah, no. Like I shared all the texts that I got from Deimos.
Yeah, so that's why we're going back anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's just give her a solid no.
Has he given any more information lately?
Got any more texts?
So this is day 5 of your travels. Did you text him every day, or just some days, or?
You up?
I text him every day.
You up?
New text. Who is this? There hasn't really been any change in information in the text, other than to hurry. The dwarves are looking to make moves. Get here as quick as you can. You know, that kind of generic.
Maybe we can convince him to give us a lift back, considering that she's got an airship and all.
How far out are you? That kind of general information.
Do we have to take the airship? I think we can get there.
If it's faster, we probably should.
I don't know, man. Airships.
But again, if we can even convince her to help us in the first place, that's a pretty big if.
Alona, have you messaged him else today?
No, he just said the same thing. Hurry.
I was wondering if he could illuminate us as to some sort of timeline, because we're quite a ways out, and if we can arrange a ride, even if it's just until we're a days out from Imbric.
I mean, I can ask him tomorrow, but I don't think he would be privy to that sort of information. It seems like if they have a timeline, they would keep that private.
But he could let us know if it was urgent enough that we have to be there within the week. Loki, oh my god.
Like I said, I can ask him. But if we convince them to give us a ride, it's going to cost something. And I don't think it's going to be money.
True.
What if you framed it as like them proving they're good employers? We kind of want to get an idea of what she's bringing to the table as well, just like something tangible.
I don't think she cares about proving that she's a good employer.
Yeah, but we don't know unless we ask.
You guys are afraid to ask. I'm just like, mech stains. I like mech stains. They're on the grounds. They stay on the grounds.
Kyle, from the look I had gotten of the ship,
Yep.
I think that it could go faster than the mech stangs, other than that it can go for longer hours.
Sure, go ahead and make, since you want to get the inner workings of it, that would be more of a tinker's check. An investigative tinker's check, if you will.
Okay, and just straight roll? Which one?
That one. Yep.
Okay. Well, that wasn't bad. 21.
21. You guys are, again, day 5-ish or so into your 14-day-ish or so journey.
Yeah.
I'll give you a couple things. One, you definitely think the airship can go faster. Just the fact that even if you had a day travel on them, the fact that they caught up to you and you guys have been traveling for 5 days. If they've a day behind, they've been traveling for 4 and made a whole day's travel up on you. Given from where you are now, if you were to, again, just going at the trajectory of you think how fast the airship can go with that 21, instead of another 9 or 10 days, you probably get there within 6 to 7. So within less than a week or so. Much quicker travel. And that's just guesstimating to see if they can go even faster than that.
So get a handful of days off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's up to you guys to figure that out, because Jill is not having any part of that.
Bad weather and or good weather could determine that, but you could probably get there within 6 to 7 versus 8, 9, or 10.
Well, a couple of days isn't huge, I guess, but
No.
Could be.
And if we push ourselves and travel for slightly longer each day, perhaps we won't need the aid.
6. Yeah, 5 or 6 days. 7 if it's bad weather. 5 good, 7 bad, 6 in between. At your current trajectory, it would be 9, 10 if it's bad. Continue, sorry, didn't mean to.
Up to you guys. Jill knows what he wants. You guys just gotta convince him, or convince them otherwise.
Throughout the time we've been talking to her, she's been pretty straight up with us. I'm not picked up on anything she's hiding or lying about.
Someone can be completely honest with you and still hide things from you.
No, I know that. I'm not saying she's not, but at face value so far from my gut reaction, I've got no problems with her.
The big thing, it's just we would be turning our back on a hero guild to serve someone that we have no idea what her plan is. We have no idea what her motives are.
Well, that was another part of what I would want to have as part of the contract, and we'd have to discuss it with Baron first, but possibly being members of both, and that's why I'd want the autonomy.
I don't think that we can.
you just keep making it a very us or them type thing. Like, even if we could work it out with Jasper, right? I don't think she'd go for it.
But personally, I don't mind the guild. I don't mind her. My first priority is to you guys. After that, it's to the order. After that, I can sink or swim, whichever. I don't really mind. The guild has the glory hounds are quite good. When we're there, it's a nice place to stop, and they've been good to us so far. She's done nothing wrong, nothing against us so far, but we can just wait and see. There's nothing wrong with being part of both, personally. Who says we had to have allegiance to just one?
And I think that whether or not we join, she and her crew might be useful later on against some of our other enemies.
Not join with us in a fight if we don't completely align ourselves with her.
Unless,
I don't think it's her style.
Unless the fight also involves her and she benefits from the victory.
If she benefits from the victory...
if the world falls to Loth, she loses as well.
Perhaps.
Do you think anyone outside of the cult would benefit from that?
I don't know.
I don't think anybody in the cult would benefit, really.
I don't know
would
what
think they
Lolth arriving would mean.
Oh, I mean, I can give you a little bit of insight with that. I mean, if we're taking anything Veyron said at his word, this whole place would turn into basically a massive feeding ground for chaos and basically a way for Lolth to regenerate her own power by consuming everything.
The drow enslave. They murder for power. That sort of culture would exist throughout the world. It'd be an age of darkness and chaos.
Sounds unpleasant.
It sounds unpleasant to us, members of society, yes, but to a pirate, it sounds not half bad. You don't have to worry about laws interfering with your plans. You can just go about and do whatever it is that you want.
No, you just have to worry about high priests that object to you because you're not part of the cult.
I mean, there's probably at least a few, even the Glory Hounds, that would be pretty okay with having the reins taken off too, because like, even semi-respected as they are, as we are, we'd still be impeded by laws on occasion. Removing the laws from the occasion, allowing us to pretty much make our own rules. There's a lot of people that would be very appealing to. Doing the wrong thing for the right reasons.
I don't trust her at all, in the slightest.
I do not either.
And I don't want to align myself in any way with someone that I don't trust, considering how many times I've been burned by people that I do trust.
I just don't want to burn the bridge entirely in case we need her. The Scavenger City did prove that allies are hard to come by when the going gets tough.
Just need to make more allies with robots.
So I can't believe those Dingus boys just bitched out on us like that. Cowards,
Well,
a lot of them.
I'm not too surprised, honestly. They were shit.
I mean, the big guy seemed alright at least.
I'm
racist.
I cannot imagine a scenario where we need her and she comes to our aid without calling in a favor afterwards. Something much larger than what we needed her for.
To be fair, I think most people call in favors after they do something for you.
Which I'm fine with doing that, if we know what her motives are, but she's not going to tell us any of that until we pledge ourselves to her, and that's just... I don't know. I'm not a fan, but like Styx said, I'm aligned to you guys first, and everything else second. So if it's what you decide, then by all means, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to keep an eye on her, because I will...
That would just be stupid not to keep an eye on her. Even if we aligned ourselves with her, we'd still keep an eye on her. So we still keep an eye on Jasper and the guild.
Definitely.
I'm all for.
I mean, yeah, we do.
Because we don't have to fly. That's my viewpoint. So, I'm just gonna go to bed, chomp, eat the rest of the chair, and just go hang out.
Do you digest that, or does it just like disappear?
We never really talk about how it comes out.
Yeah, we don't really do that, do we?
You get like splinters in unfortunate places.
Ilona will also go to bed.
I mean, I don't know. I don't really want to get into it because jokes, but
maybe I need to get into that. It's just a joke.
It's up to Kyle. Do I need to roll a con save every time he eats a
Oh
chair?
no.
I mean, moving forward, I might have you now. Now this is intriguing, but
oh boy.
So as you guys are having this conversation, I don't know if anyone would necessarily notice, but Volt is upstairs, kind of on the second floor of this thing, just kind of listening, kind of laying there listening. Ilona goes off to her quarters. There are no real beds in this fort. It's more or less just floors with open windows for seeing outside for protection. There's a top floor to this building, but
that's where he went, to the top floor.
Cool. Is everyone else finding purchase for the evening? As you said, is anyone taking watches? You don't have to. I'm just wondering.
Yeah,
if
that's
anybody is.
what he's doing up top.
If everyone else is going to bed, I'm going to go check on Volt.
Okay.
I actually
Yeah,
just look
that's-
out the vault. Hey, wake me up for my shift, and then I go and conk out.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna head to the roof as well. So
All right.
I
Gio
will take second watch.
Gio
if
goes to
there's
find
any.
sleep. Frey goes to find sleep. Ilona goes to find sleep. Frey volts up top with Percy and Styx following upstairs in tow. Is there anything you guys are going to conversate about while you're up there?
Conversate.
How are you feeling
Confused.
about what?
So, when I met Schmidt, he told me you guys were like good people who just saved people. That's what the Glory Hounds did. Which we did that once. But the rest of the time, it seems like we're not always the good people.
people's perspective.
Like, aren't we supposed to be better than other people? Isn't that what heroes are? Like, they make the better choice in situations?
They're not perfect. We're not paragons of society. And I don't think any of us claim that. We all have our own motivations, our own perspectives, and I mean, I can't speak for anyone else, but I do my best to weigh the pros and cons before I make any decision. Sometimes it's more valuable to me to do what would not be seen as heroic.
I guess. Yeah.
But we do our best to save people, keep the world spinning. We try to make the world what we want to live in.
Personally, I think heroes are overrated. Heroes are just what other people call them. Just trying to do something to help somebody.
There are plenty of people that save towns, save lives, and well, their only motivation is money and fame. We're not really in it for the money or the fame. We do it because it's the right thing and it will save the world in the long run.
So shouldn't we try to reach out to anyone that can help us? Because like you guys are part of the Glory Hounds, which is great if you guys trust them and that's what is going to work. But like, I'm not. So
Have you ever heard the parable of, was it the scorpion and the fox, I believe?
Scorpion the Toad?
That was it. Scorpion and the toad.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes getting help from the wrong people just bites you in the ass.
Yeah, but how do we know who's the wrong people?
Experience.
Because I trust all of your judgments, but anyone can stab anyone in the back.
True, but
Yep.
when
So what?
you're
How do we
out
not
in the
know that
world,
like?
you learn to recognize signs.
Yeah, but if people can put up a facade, how do we not know that like the Glory Hounds are corrupt? Like,
Oh, they could be.
Oh yeah. It's
Take everything
personal.
with a grain of salt.
Yeah. It sounds cynical, but personally agree. You take everything, like she said, with a grain of salt. Don't just judge at face value.
so then shouldn't we spread the salt around so we have more coverage? Like what? Okay, this is gonna sound stupid, and Frey's gonna hit me. He's probably already angry in his sleep. I feel it. What if I went? I got us a ship. I'm still your friends. And if you guys needed help, I would be showing up with an airship.
You're suggesting you leave.
Because then you guys don't have to betray your Glory Hound friends. I'd be getting us reinforcements somewhere else. And you guys are never not going to be my family.
Well, first of all, you would again need to have either her word, which I wouldn't trust, or in writing, so that you have proof and that you can't claim otherwise. what exactly it entails.
Yeah.
You'd be placed on one of her ships on your own.
Well, I would make sure that I was getting a ship.
She said that we would get our own ship because there's too many of us to spread around. If you're the only one signing up, there's no reason for her to give you a ship on your own.
I'm pretty persuasive. I could probably give her a reason to give me my own ship.
Just hear Jill in his sleep go, "Don't fire."
I close the hatch.
You could try.
Because then we have more allies everywhere. And honestly, being with them, I can learn probably more than any of those other crew members that she has there. I might even be able to kick her off that ship at one point. And then you guys will have a giant ship with people covered in armor robots pretty much at your beck and call.
I just don't trust that she'll have the best interests for us.
And that's why I was thinking if I went, I can make sure that is my priority. So I can help her with what I have to help her with, which can get us gold since that's something you need in this world. I can make sure I keep in contact, which I can anywhere, as long as you guys decide not to go into different dimensions.
Which we can't promise. The way things go.
Yeah. But I honestly, strategically, I think that's our best bet.
She would still need the locket. That's not going to happen anytime soon.
If it's just me, it might not have to be that dramatic. I think she brought that up because you guys were part of the Glory Hounds. If I'm not part of the Glory Hounds, that's not a thing that should be brought up. She'll probably have me do something else. And also having an airship might help me find people like me easier. Because as much as I love helping you guys, which is great, there are people like me getting taken.
Can you trust them? Who's going to watch your back?
I'll have to get some allies, but...
You are strong, but you're also rather naive and trusting.
Yes, and that's why this is terrifying me, because I'm actually trying to think it through. But that also should show how serious I am about it.
If it's what you want, I don't think any of us can stop you.
Well, I don't...
We'll throw a fit, of course, because it's ridiculous, but...
And Frey might tie you up.
Yeah, if it happens, I wanted to talk to you guys without him, because I might have to go before he wakes up. If it's a thing that's going to happen.
I feel like for most of us, free will and autonomy are what we most value after everything we've been through to varying degrees. We want to have our own say in our destiny. We want to not have to take orders and be forced into things. So while we might disagree, I think in the long run, we're not going to stop you from having that same responsibility.
Thanks. And I can't just leave. Lona got real mad. If people just leave, I'll have to...
You wouldn't just be leaving. We can talk some more in the morning, and you can explain this all to them as well. I think it's not the smartest idea, just because what if something happens? We don't know what sort of trick she has up her sleeve, and she definitely is hiding things.
Yeah.
She doesn't like to answer direct questions if she can help it, which
but honestly, neither do we.
Is exactly a sign of somebody who is very cunning and clever. So who knows what she's got up her sleeve.
I'm with you, Volt. We need more people. We need more allies out here. Because there's the 6 of us that know about Loth. and we've told the guilds and passed the messages, but who knows how far that's going to go. But other allies that we can turn to.
And we're
yeah.
in the middle of this web.
Yeah.
We're all somehow freakishly connected. The stakes are higher for us. So no one else is going to be quite as invested as us.
Yeah. Well, that's... Yeah.
So we do need to gain allies, and what I think we need to do is we need to charm
spread
them.
out. I can charm.
We need to convince them that we're worth following, worth believing in, that we're, even though we're not paragons, that we're those to
trust. At least with these, we've got a reputation with these already.
Yes.
We've impressed the captain already.
Yes.
She came searching for us.
Yeah. Well, that's why I think I might be able to bargain for something, because we have the leverage.
Besides, she's already offered us alone a crew with one navigator from hers. Not a crew, a ship with one crew member.
And
that sort of thing.
While I appreciate the offer of the crewmen to teach us...
Oh, it's totally a spy for her.
Exactly.
Well, you would expect it to. You're giving someone your property that's expensive.
Exactly. That's a given. That's not a problem.
I want to have a say in which one. Find somebody who could be sympathetic. At least.
Well, I can be that one. We can make a deal. I can give it some time. If I think it's not working, I can definitely find my way out. That's not a problem. What are they going to chase me off an airship if I jump off? That's not happening.
No, but they can hunt you down.
I can certainly try. I get lost. You can't find somebody who can't find themselves.
You most certainly can.
Yeah, you really can.
It's called tracking.
Yeah, but the idea of you going off by yourself to join these doesn't sit well. If you're going to join these, I'm coming with you.
You can't do that. You have to protect Luna.
I've got to try and protect you as well.
You would need somebody that you already trust to watch your back. It's not safe to go alone.
Frey can keep an eye on Alona. And Jill is super protective at the moment. Have you noticed that?
I love how you're not even considering the fact that I can watch Alona.
Well, no, because you have to watch everyone else.
You've got to watch over Frey and Jill.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair.
It's a pyramid. Yeah.
That's fair.
You're the most stable out of most of us.
Oh yeah, more stable than I am.
Which is not a good sign.
Jill is fine on himself. Very
stable is actually stable is actually a fair adjective. No, I believe you're right on that.
So if Styx and I went, we can definitely end up taking over a crew within a month. That doesn't... With two people, I'm way more confident. And he has better judgment on people than I do, which I'll accept. But I can learn stuff really fast.
Oh, yeah.
Still get the deal in writing.
Of course.
And make sure it includes level of autonomy. That you aren't immediately beholden to ask how high when she says jump.
Yeah.
At least with the glory hounds, when they say jump, it's because the world's in danger. It's not just because, oh, we want to deal with this thing and you're here.
Yeah. And eventually, if we find more people like me, we'll have a full crew of our own. I have to train them, of course, because if it's as bad as it's supposed to be, they're like me in the desert when I exploded a bunch of times.
Yes, be careful not to do that.
Not on the sheriff. No, absolutely not. They will be in full bubble. Would you be up to that, Styx?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm asleep.
We do need to bring this up with the group in the
Should we
morning.
wake up now? If we get them like
No,
half asleep.
Let him sleep. Let Alona calm down a little bit if she can.
Impossible.
Okay. So like, we're gonna have to wake them up for the shift, or should I? I could just stay awake with Bubbles up here. I have some tinkering to do anyway. I'll take that as a yes.
Yes.
All right. So you guys get some rest. I'll make sure I'm still here in the morning. I'm not going anywhere.
Because if nothing else, then without sticks to go with you, you will get lost.
Yeah, absolutely. Luckily, I can see the ship from here, so it wouldn't be that bad.
I would hope, but you did have a map when you were looking for us.
It was upside down. I will give it that. The desert all looks the same. It's all sand.
There was also a train track.
Touche.
As you guys finish up your conversations about future options of some of the members of your group, and you go to wake up second shift of watches. Well, Volt's staying up, but Frey and Geel, I believe, are second watch, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm not waking them up. They're just gonna sleep through it.
You bitch.
Are you are person
I'm gonna
Sticks
stay
gonna
awake.
wake him up, or are you just gonna leave Volt by himself all night? Make that decision.
I would think that Volt would.
I'm up with Bubbles.
I was gonna say I would tell Volt that I will take second or third watch, whichever one.
Well, you guys are having this conversation on first watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, is it throughout the whole first watch?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can still take second.
Yeah. Well, I could stay up. Bubbles can watch as well. If I start getting a little dozy, Bubbles can just give me a quick little zap.
All right.
Do not exhaust yourself.
No,
Not
I've stayed up. I've stayed up
No.
before. Yeah, I made multiple motorcycles. I have some work to do.
You do not need to stay up all night. You need to be able to make a cohesive argument tomorrow.
Fair. Okay.
And when Sticks goes back downstairs, I want to kick Frey.
Kick a Rooney.
Kick Frey awake?
Yep, kick Frey awake. Just like, no, there. Your shift. Volt's still upstairs. Just give
What's
me
he doing
space.
awake?
Just give me space. Just keep an eye on him.
No, he's had a shift. He needs to get the fuck to sleep. We don't need another situation like Kelowna.
He gets one more shift.
Let him do the next shift, then chuck him down the ladders or something.
I will literally knock him out if I have to, but
Yeah,
okay.
That's fine.
Don't let him argue.
I guess in that case, it's probably best just my watch. Yep. All right. Thanks, guys. And they'll head up to take watch.
All right. As the mom and dad of the group wake up Frey for second watch with Volt at the top of the tower, that is where we will call the session for this evening, as second shift is upon you, and some members of the some members of the Gearhearts are sleeping, some members are getting into their sleep, and some are taking on to the second watch. Good session, guys.
Yeah.
I put in the chat, it's always fun getting to just sit back for the last, hour and just let you guys rip it, and RP and decisions and thought processes, and it's fun getting to be a viewer and just kind of like sit back and listen. It's so much fun. I love it. You guys are awesome. It's such a good time. And thanks for everyone for tuning in. I saw Justin there a lot. I saw a lot of new names in there and everything.
Guildies.
Some of Nick's guildy friends came in to hang out, so that's awesome. Thanks everyone for watching. We play this game every Tuesday night at 9:30 Eastern.
Almost every Tuesday.
Almost every Tuesday when it works, but typically it's every Tuesday. We've been pretty good,
ideally,
for the most part. But lots of things. The Gearhearts are torn. Are we splitting the group up? Are we disbanding from the Glory Hounds? Are we joining pirates? Are we getting airships? What is
all
happening?
of the above?
Yeah, or some of the above, or I don't know, man. But you guys have some decisions to make, and I'm excited to see where they lead. So again, thanks everyone for watching. This is Fates and Fables, Gearhearts Rising. Thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you next week. Okay, bye!
Bye!
Night.
Bye.
And then I click that button.